speaker is a man who has been called the spokesman of the Beat Generation. And although it is my understanding that he dislikes this title.
Yo, Flames Game Raider, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Oh, right. I got something I need to listen to.
WWE Survivor Series is a few hours away. Good luck to the WWE tonight. Good luck to Survivor Series tonight. I quite frankly myself am depressed to even talk about this after what we saw at NXT the other night. Now that was a show. NXT we've joked about this every time there's an NXT and a WWE show where we say, oh, they'll never be able to top that, or they're screwed, or, whatever the case is. We've said that in the past plenty of times, but this time, it has never been more real and true than right now. There is no chance in hell that anything possibly can outdo what we saw NXT do last night. There's just no way around it. And there's just no answer. There is no answer to Survivor Series can give to what WWE NXT did last night. Now, what I can say, by the way, thanks to BD Skeleton. BD Skeleton already dropping $1 super chat. BD Skeleton always tipping the show right off the bat. So thank you to BD Skeleton. And I got Jake DeMarco on the phone, and we're going to talk about Survivor Series. Jake, this is seriously, I'm not kidding me. This is maybe the top 3 or the number 1 most depressing show to predict that I can remember.
And the thing is, there's so many scenarios and just unknowns. I mean, I've seen the craziest booking ideas come out of people today, and it's just it got perplexing, to say the least. Like, I'm amazed. I don't know what people are thinking of, but I've seen every call-up imaginable. I've seen dead stars resurrected, coming from the grave. I've seen Hulk Hogan, turn on Brock Lesnar. I've seen, just all this crazy stuff. So it's just, like you said, it's depressing in one sense after what we saw and the greatness we witnessed last night and the total clusterfuck that is tonight. So it's going to be interesting.
Honestly,
I don't know if it'll be good, but it'll be interesting.
I didn't see in the bathroom. I would say that the thing about it is, do they have to do something crazy tonight? Because that's really what I'm wondering. Like, is this going to be... I almost think they could probably just do nothing and make this garbage, because it's just so far it seems like garbage. And if they just do garbage and then they try to relaunch on Monday night, then I could almost not blame them. Like, just, go out there, have a basically a long SmackDown Raw episode tonight and move on, because what are you going to do? Or,
I mean,
are they going to be
about
like...
it, there's been no build, really, to most of this.
Right.
Most of the matches haven't had a chance. I mean, 2 of the main events were scheduled on SmackDown this week.
Yeah, I mean, like... and
Daniel Bryan won the title just a few days ago, and now he's facing Lesnar instead of AJ, and Becky was injured, so Charlotte's replacing her. So, I mean, our 2 main events for tonight, both marquee matchups, were scheduled, 4 or 5 days out.
Well, you kind of cared about Lesnar AJ, because wow, that was pretty good. Everyone, for the most part, agreed the first match was pretty good, so people wanted to see the second one. But now you've created this new interest with Daniel Bryan without any build. It's very strange. And then you got Seth Rollins and Shinsuke, which is 0 build pretty much for the most part. And then now you have the replacement of Charlotte with Ronda with no build again. After there was so much investment, that was the one match I wanted to see more than anything. And the sports entertainment is all we were going to rely on, was the entertainment factor of Becky versus Ronda. And that's gone. And it's just this, like, I just wonder, like, is Vince going to do something whacked off to try to, like, create some kind of something? I mean, or is this just going to be, nope, the drama was Daniel Bryan versus Lesnar. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, and this has been a dream match for so long. Even Daniel Bryan specifically wanted this match for ages. But now it's not. I mean, it still is that David versus Goliath, but Daniel's not entering the face. He's not coming in as the true underdog and the hero of the people. I mean, he's turned against everyone now, so it doesn't have that same feel to it like it did before.
Right.
It's not on the same level. It's still, greatly anticipated, but I have a hard time envisioning a clean finish for any match tonight. And that's something I have a hard time with usually. Like, if you get one or two of those, you know, the dusty finishes or interference and disqualifications, it's okay. But the problem that we've had with Survivor Series is that it diminishes whoever loses greatly, and the person losing in every, you know, instance here is usually the champion. So that's the problem. You know, it's not just brand versus brand in a fight for total supremacy, because you're determining who's the best of not just each side, but for champion as well. And
yeah.
Now that Charlotte's replacing Becky, it's hard to even give her a fair shake because she's not the champion. So.
Just to connect the dots with NXT real quick before we go into the Survivor Series matches here, this just a predictions video that is depressing to do, as we said. What do you think about NXT? I mean, the call-ups and everything. You know, we did our review and everything, and you know, I said that I thought Shayna Baszler and Velveteen would come up. Not that I want them to. I don't. I want them to stay in NXT maybe, but. You know, now we're kind of hearing that the Velveteen Dream one kind of is, you know, being slightly confirmed, but not Shayna Baszler. But that's fine either way. Do you think that Velveteen Dream is really going to come up on Monday Night Raw this Monday, or like tonight, or something weird like that? I mean, because we're hearing that, one thing we are hearing for sure is that somebody or somebodies are coming up for sure. At least one or two people are coming up to the main roster from NXT, and we just don't know who that's going to be. But what do you feel about that? That could be. I mean,
certainly rumors were circulating and spreading before, you know, everything that transpired last night. Now with Dream losing and Gargano, you know, not being victorious either, kind of seems to make sense, because we're unsure of where they would go moving forward. You know, Dream lost the title match, and Gargano has certainly, you know, not much left in the way of storylines in NXT at this point in time. So it would certainly seem to fit the story that they would be moved up, and because, it would be exciting.
Two major things didn't happen that would have, you know, whatever, like Gargano continuing some kind of story with somebody at NXT or with Ciampa would have made you realize, oh, he's staying here. But now he came, he attacked Aleister Black, then he left. So, then he lost to him. So that's sort of completed.
So now he's, you know, he attacked him to get the title match, which he lost. You know, it was supposed to be a triple threat, and he took Aleister Black out of that equation entirely.
Yep.
And now we go ahead and see him lose against Aleister Black. So he's definitely not getting another title shot anytime soon. You know, he's back to the bottom of the barrel. So.
And Velveteen Dream, you know, kind of lost clean for the most part. I mean, I know he was kind of he got hit with that steel DDT or whatever it was on that steel plate in the middle of the rings. But
yeah,
he
knocked
still
him out
lost.
cold.
And now I know that it makes sense in a way for him to lose, because then he can chase and you can have more matches with Ciampa. But it just feels like, to me, you don't really want him to lose again, and I don't think you're going to put the belt on him yet. He just may not get the belt in NXT. I don't mind if he was NXT champion and eventually him and Ciampa, you know what I mean, traded the belt. But I don't know, man. It just, with all the rumors of him coming up and how he lost, it just feels like he's coming up, and Roman's out. They need help. They need something.
Yeah,
Something's
they need,
a mess.
you know, as many people as possible. And you know, there's also talk of a lot of heel and face turns tonight. So they're trying to, you know, surprise people as much as possible and make this a big deal. And I don't know how many shockers they can have to make anything more exciting than Survivor Series. So
yeah,
they're really, you know, fighting an uphill battle for sure.
Yeah, I wonder how Velveteen Dream is gonna get around with the casuals, man. That's gonna be the thing that's not good. They're gonna be the ones that are like, what is this? You know, they're gonna be the ones that I don't get this. Like, they need to really make sure that they do the right thing with Velveteen Dream on the main roster, or, you know, there's gonna be problems.
Yeah, that's a huge worry of mine as well as yours. We don't want to see him just get completely ruined. So,
you think they're gonna give him?
I was mentioning before the possibility of him coming up and working with Tyler Breeze, and I was like, oh, that doesn't sound,
oh my god,
decent at all. You know, it just,
no, yeah, don't do that.
He was like, you know, where is he here? He said, yeah, when rumors first started, he was supposed to be Tyler Breeze's partner, and they'll turn on him when Fandango returns. And I said, that's a terrible idea.
Oh my
He needs to
God.
come in with a bang and start really strong. And he agreed, saying that he'll be the next No Way Jose in 2 weeks' time if that's the case.
Are you ready? Let's go, baby!
Let's go. Oh, God, give me that baby. Oh, my God. Let's go, baby. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I thought was recently was he could debut against Hogan, because Hogan could come out and do his whole "I'm sorry" speech to the WWE audience, and you know, whatever the case may be, and then Velveteen Dream could come out and be like, you know what I mean, like, you didn't apologize to me or something like that, you know, whatever, and they could totally build the whole what Hogan said to him at Tough Enough, and then what Hogan's been accused of, like, you know, what he said, the racial stuff. And you know, Velveteen Dream could beat him, and it could be his career. You know, he can never wrestle again. You know,
That
type
would
of thing.
be what a send off / you know, strap a rocket to his ass that would be.
And you know, as horrific as that sounds and mean to Hogan as that sounds, you know, but you can really build it and sell it that way up until the end when Hogan loses. You know, and loses quick. You know, it's like a squash match.
Yeah,
you know?
what a way to prove that you're not racist by putting over Dream in a you know,
Well,
career match.
And then, you know, like he could do even like the Death Valley Driver or whatever he does, and then go off the rope and hit him with the big leg drop and then beat him, and then that retires Hogan. And he could, you know, have a little moment with Hogan where at the end Hogan hugs him or something, and then like he kind of raises his hand and then he goes out. And what a story you could tell with, you know, Hogan, what he said at Tough Enough, and you know what Dream has become, and that could be WrestleMania. But I'm like fucking Jim Cornette right now. And
yeah, we're both you know, frog
sick,
throated.
man. But you know,
It's just there's so much to get there.
what if
first,
Velveteen
so.
dude, what if, dude,
Where
what
would
if,
he show up though tonight? Is the question.
what if Brock? Listen, I don't want this. This is completely ridiculous, by the way. But I'm just spewing this stuff out there because you never know with how desperate Vince is and how desperate this show is tonight. Is going to be garbage. They're probably more worried about Raw tomorrow. They're probably more worried about making sure they have a bang tomorrow than this show tonight. That's why I would say to anybody who thinks Velveteen's going to show up tonight, most likely he shows up tomorrow. But
yeah, it seems more sense that way because I don't know where he would fit tonight.
he doesn't fit. I was thinking like, you know, Brock squashes Daniel, and then like Brock gets on the mic or Heyman gets on the mic real quick and is like, there is no one that can deal with the beast. Like, and you, like, blah, 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 blah. And then Velveteen could come out and kind of, like, step in the ring and face Brock Lesnar face to face, and then Survivor Series goes off the air. You know, that, whoa, like, what the hell? And then everyone's watching Raw tomorrow. You know? So, not that I'm saying that is not probably going to happen whatsoever at all.
Yeah, because Lesnar's not scheduled for tomorrow.
Right.
He's not fighting again, from what I'm hearing, till the Rumble. And then he only has one more match.
Even with that, it doesn't matter. Just the idea to do that, it plants seeds. Look at Batista and Triple H. Now, none of the casuals know Velveteen, really. So that's the thing. But they'll be like, who is this guy? But then tomorrow they get to find out who he is on Raw. And, you know, Lesnar won't be there. And then Velveteen can start building up his catalog in front of these casuals that haven't seen him. So it could be done.
I think most of the call-ups, like we said, will happen after the night after WrestleMania, like we usually get.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But as far as Velveteen or Gargano or both, you know, I think they would come up likely, like you said, tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Gargano is going to be a SmackDown guy, but
it kind of seems that way.
Here comes a donation.
He fits with Almas and
CN Almas he'd be great with that, and Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, all those guys. Randy Pickett, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. See what you guys are saying with the donations. Super chats are on, donations are on. If you want to give your predictions.
Party.
BD Skeleton, there's his $1 from the beginning of the show. Thanks to BD. Hey, thanks to the Shy God too for the $2. I think under 5 doesn't play now, so Shy God, thank you. Shy God said, shout out to Jake and rest in peace, Brian. Everyone's talking about how Brian's going to die, so it feels like Brian's going to beat Lesnar.
That's the thing, and really quick too, before we get too far removed, Adam's saying that Shayna is not coming up to the day after Mania, and Ronda Rousey will not lose until WrestleMania, and she'll turn heel and form the 4 horsewomen stable with the 3 other girls. And that seems to make sense because, you know, you'll have Ronda. People said, oh, Ronda will turn heel tonight. She'll, you know, put on the submission and won't let it go with Charlotte. But they can't afford to turn her heel at this point in time, I feel like. They need her as a face.
Well, because on Raw, they got Alexa's off wrestling.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jake Bryan.
Oh, it did play. It was a super chat, so it played. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Shy God. Yeah, because Alexa can't wrestle right now for another at least 2 weeks. And... maybe.
Yeah, she started to do minor stuff over the weekend, but
right. Hey Jordan,
you know,
thanks.
they have her in like 6 women tag matches and things, but even then she's barely bumping. So
I don't think she is bumping at all, is she?
Yeah, no, she did like one corner move and that was it.
Super Chat Party.
What's up?
I'm actually looking forward to Survivor Series. The card good, lot of room for surprises.
Jamie Phillips is looking forward to Survivor Series. I mean, I'm kind of curious to what they're going to do. But, I mean, obviously, to me, it seems like it's either going to be a complete dud or, you know, maybe something whacked out is going to happen. Jamie Phillips, thanks for the Euros, if that's what those are. What, Leah?
Yeah, we're still hearing that, you know, Daniel Bryan, you know, could be a Paul Heyman guy, that AJ going to Raw, and that change is still a possibility. So, I mean, there's a lot to... you know, speculate at this point in time, because we've been hearing for quite a while now that AJ would go to Raw. Remember, we talked about this, and they could do it as a triple threat. I mean, that could still happen tonight.
I'll just throw it out. I'm sorry, what did you say, Jake?
We're saying that AJ, you know, could be doing being a triple threat tonight. You know, we've heard that multiple times, and that could still happen. So
yeah, I mean, well, it feels like AJ's going to show up, because what the hell? I mean, that would get them out of Bryan and Lesnar, and it would probably feel like Bryan, if you're going to do that, it would probably feel like Bryan's going to win. By the way, Laura, thanks for subbing. McDonald's breakfast, thanks for subbing. What the hell?
You know,
I love McDonald's
AJ
breakfast.
going to Raw could happen. I mean,
AJ going to Raw is what you were talking about for a while, so that could happen.
Yeah,
but,
Adam Ant brought that up, you know, a little over a week ago.
But he could really do it because, you know, Bryan could be about to win the match, and that's when AJ could show up and screw it up, and we have ourselves a screwy finish.
Yeah, because originally it was you know, speculated that it would be turned into a triple threat match.
Super chat.
Where is my donation from last night? Black heart, upside down face, upside down face.
Moss Blaze, what's up, Blaze? I don't believe my alerts on Streamlabs are playing anything under $5 now. That's why it's not playing. Super Chats will play at any level, but $5 or more for Streamlabs now. I can maybe fix it. I'm not really sure yet right now. I'm trying to fix it. But I changed it to try something new because there were just so many 316s coming through at one point. The Stone Cold one. I love it. I love the Stone Cold one. We could use it, to be honest, but, you know, I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for subbing to the channel. We're getting ready for Survivor Series. All right, you know what? While we babbled on about sort of we were massaging our way into it. If you guys want to donate, obviously the donations are on. If you want to donate, we'll play your picks or whatever you want. Let's go, man. Let's start, man. I guess Jake will have the card, as he always does, and we'll go through it.
Yeah. I put up a poll on Twitter asking people which Survivor Series match they're most looking forward to see tonight. So we'll check into that at the end if you guys want to go ahead and vote in that. Tonight, I believe they're starting off on the pre-show with the tag team elimination match. So we have Team Raw, which is Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, The Revival, the B Team, Lucha House Party, and The Ascension on one team. God, that's a mouthful.
Oh, God.
Versus Team SmackDown, which consists of the Usos, New Day, Sanity, and then the Good Brothers, Luke and Carl Anderson, and the Colognes. Wow, that's a lot.
Wow.
So I get why WWE tries to get everybody on the show with this match, but it feels like just a true clusterfuck. I mean, my God. You have, 20-plus people in the ring?
Yeah, that's going to be insane. I mean, it's a pre-show, so, I mean, you know.
Yeah, and there's barely any storytelling going into this match
The Usos are winning. The Usos team's winning.
That was my thought. Team SmackDown, I'm going with all the way here.
Yeah.
Team SmackDown's kind of the heavy hitters here with the New Day.
Well, and nobody else said anything. Team SmackDown's been doing all these promos. I don't think anybody else has said anything.
But Team Raw didn't even have a chance to say anything. Team Raw all got destroyed by, Braun Strowman on Monday night. Remember, he came out and housed everybody to open up Raw. So it didn't even matter at that point. Team Raw was beaten by one guy. I'm
like 90% SmackDown. Usos will win this thing. Is it elimination? It's elimination.
Yeah,
right?
it's a traditional elimination.
The Usos and the New Day will be left.
Yeah, that's my thought. We could see a surprise with Sanity, trying to break out a bit more on the SmackDown side, but
SmackDown may run the gauntlet on these guys.
Yeah, they might just clear house.
Might be all
that
of
could
team
be a certain way too. If anybody gets eliminated, I bet you it would be the Colognes on SmackDown.
Oh yeah. But I could see all of SmackDown even staying and just being like what a start tonight, for SmackDown. Like they eliminate, like nobody was eliminated on the Smack, and they can show them in the back. Something like that would happen, I feel like.
And you look at Team Raw, the Revival and the B Team have barely been seen in weeks. Lucha House Party just got pulled up from 205 Live.
Oh, God.
The Ascension had, one match, I think, in the past 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah.
And then Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are basically the leaders. They're the only two with any namesake.
First of all, the Revival, I love them. They should be the #1 tag team, or at least the #2 with the Usos going after the Usos. But the Raw tag team division is dead.
It's absolutely dead. Brock Lesnar destroyed it single-handedly. So
yeah,
I'm Team SmackDown on this 110%, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's absolutely SmackDown's going with that.
Next match we have, which I think might open the show, is the women's traditional Survivor Series elimination match. So we have Mickie James, Tamina, Nia Jax, Natalya, and Ruby Riott. They're taking on SmackDown's Carmella, Naomi, Asuka, Sonya Deville, and their mystery fifth female. So
wow,
I think it's going to be Mandy Rose, honestly, just because she was complaining about not being on the team. And
that's her music.
This is a time, too, where they could do something fun and bring somebody up without having them actually be on the SmackDown roster.
Yep.
But they often don't go that way. They could bring in a legend. They could have somebody like Rita come out.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be what's-her-face from Sanity.
Nikki Cross?
I think it's going to be 100% Nikki Cross. And that makes you think that the SmackDown team is going over then. However, I'm confused because with how they want to book Nia, you would want to get more heat with Nia and have Nia win this thing.
I think Nia and Tamina are going to be the two final survivors on Team Raw.
That's what I think should happen. But I'm worried. Because the SmackDown women's division is shit. And they're clearly trying to push Nia because she's going to be facing Ronda. So...
And they pushed this match pretty much above all others as far as Survivor Series matchup goes. They had the invasion on, the Raw side. And, that was pretty much the most entertaining part of Raw anyways, up until Becky got injured. That even added to it with the blood. Unfortunately, it ruined what we were all looking forward to with Ronda. But it really seems like, Nia's not being punished, and they're doing everything they can. Maybe even punish is the wrong word, but they're trying to make the best of a bad situation by getting all the heat they can with Nia.
The capitalization of the realism of this now has taken precedent over her carelessness or her just botchery.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way.
She's kind of lucky. Like, if she was like Sasha Banks or Bayley right now, where there's really no storyline going on with them whatsoever, and they punched Becky, they'd be in trouble because there's no real heat going on with them and there's no push coming for them at all. And just in their fucking, in their flotation through the abyss, they took out Becky, the one who they're heavily pushing as the #1 talent, maybe the #1 story in the whole company right now. And you took her out. So that would have been trouble for Becky or Sasha. But because Nia was in the position of, we're trying to get heat on Nia, we're trying to get her to get heat, and then she does this, it's kind of like, she's just lucky, is all I get to say. She's just lucky.
They're just capitalizing, like you said. It seems to be the most logical thing here. I mean, they even had her say the asinine thing, which I'm sure they had to clear after the fact of her being like, "Oh, no one asked about my fist." You know, they're trying to make people angry at her and to go with it. So
Bailey and Sasha Banks are in limbo. That's the word I was looking for, not the abyss, but limbo.
Yeah.
And being in limbo, it's just like they wouldn't get away with it as much. I feel like.
Well, that's what's fueling the fire too of the 4 horsewomen v 4 horsewomen angle. You know that might transpire because Sasha and Bailey aren't doing anything, and Charlotte's essentially in the main event, and Becky's injured. You could have the 4 of them show up.
You want to come at me, Charlotte? Go ahead, come at me, Charlotte. Try to come at the man, Charlotte. You think you're something? You think there's something? I'm the champion. The man's the champion. Charlotte, shut your mouth when the man talks. Charlotte, when the man is talking to you, Charlotte, when the man is talking to you, Charlotte, do you shut your face before I punch you? I'm sorry, I'm doing that. I'm sorry to General Jerry and all my Irish friends. I'm really sorry.
Charlotte.
It's a terrible accent. And I'm Irish, and that's a terrible accent. It's funny, though. Charlotte.
Yeah, but that 4 horsewomen v 4 horsewomen scenario, everybody, is thinking is going to happen. I don't think they're gonna do that yet, though. As much as I've said before, they might. I don't know. I feel like it might be a bit too soon.
Yeah.
We'll see, but.
You ever been punched in your face so hard you just threw up on your own shoes? Charlotte the man. That's what I'll do to you. That's what I'll do to you. I'll punch you so hard in the face you'll throw up in your own shoes. You'll ruin your own shoes. Punch you right in your cunt face. You fucking asshole. Yo, what's the crack? The crack is I beat the shit out of you, then ripped your penis off and stabbed you with it. Charlotte. Sorry.
So you agree that Team Raw defeats the women's Team SmackDown? Tamina and I think Nia are going to be
I hate this one.
Women standing.
It really, to me, it really matters on who the mystery person is. So there's 3 different things that can happen to me. Everybody listen up, write it down. Number 1, Nia Jax has to win because she needs that heat to continue. So Nia Jax must win. So in my opinion, regardless of what we think about everything and what makes sense, Nia has to win this. She can't be pinned at all. She's going to face Ronda Rousey. So Nia can't lose. So if anything happens besides Nia winning, then everything they've done is retarded. So whatever. Being that, I'm going to pick Nia and Tamina, or at least Nia to win, and so her side, so Raw to win. But if it's a stupid like Mandy Rose thing or whatever, then certainly they could end up losing. And Nia will probably pin Asuka, by the way. So get ready for that. But number 2, here's the number 2 thing that could happen. Nikki Cross could be announced as the mystery person, and at some point in the match, Nikki Cross and Asuka could come across a disagreement, and Nikki Cross and Asuka could get in a fight, costing them the match, or like at least they get eliminated because of their own whatever. That now they're feuding on SmackDown, so that's a possibility. And they're kind of setting it up that it looks like SmackDown's going to win. It almost looks like they're setting up for the mystery partner and SmackDown wins, yay. Like Raw's kind of the bad team, SmackDown's the good team. You would think they're setting up for SmackDown to win, but again, even though that's what it looks like, you just, if you're really going to keep sticking with Nia, you're not going to have Nia lose here. So I am going with Nia Jax, despite all those scenarios I just laid out. But what I will say is, whatever you think tonight's going to be, temper your expectations, because I'm going to go with 80% that this show will be underwhelming, and all these little goofy things that we're coming up with that we think, oh, maybe this could happen or that could happen, it'll probably just be your run-of-the-mill, boring, forgettable piece of crap show. Yeah, more than likely they're just going to go with Mandy Rose or one of the... I don't think they'll go with one of the Iconics, because then they have to choose, either Royce or Billie Kay. They're a duo. They're always a package deal. So I think if you put either or... unless they both come out and like take the spot in unison, like that could be fun, like but they're not gonna have fun with it. It's WWE. They're sourpusses. They want to rain on your parade. I don't see them going with Lana. Yeah.
I don't see them bringing Maria up from 205 Live for it.
She has been working hard, but no, I don't think so either.
I don't see Maurice filling in. I highly doubt that. Zelina Vega. I don't know if she's
cleared.
Healthy yet.
Selena Vega is cleared. That's a great
She is
point.
cleared?
So,
Okay.
Yes, Selena Vega is cleared. That it could be her.
So Selena Vega has a chance here because she could, go back and get some vengeance against Nia.
Yeah, Selena
So
was.
that's a good possibility.
I believe Selena was cleared 4 days ago.
Okay.
5
yeah,
days
I wasn't
ago.
sure about Selena because it kind of goes back and forth, but
I only know Zelina Vega was cleared because I spoke to the what's his face from the WWE medical thing or whatever the hell on Twitter.
oh, good. That's good to hear. I'm glad she's cleared then. So she's a possibility.
I tweeted that she was still injured, and then they tweeted that she wasn't. But it already was news to everybody. I didn't get some scoop. It was news to everybody already day before that Zelina
good.
Vega. Nobody covered it though. Really, is the thing.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen really any reports so far updated. And then, as you said, Nikki Cross, who she's not like officially a member of the women's roster yet, but, on SmackDown roster, she wasn't part of the assault to, when they went and invaded Raw. She wasn't there the next night when they picked who was going to be the challenger for, to replace Becky. It's, so it would be a solid pick if they chose Cross because it'd be big with the NXT and the smart crowd, but we know who it won't be, so that's kind of the thing at this point. I really think it's going to just come down to Mandy Rose.
Yeah, probably it'll be Mandy Rose, and we'll all be like, "Oh, get ready, guys!" Well, it'll be
The only one that'll be happy is Corey Graves. He'll be, "Shut up, Saxton."
Yeah, he'll be like,
"She's a mark of beauty." I do laugh when he does that.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the King when he used to berate JR and be like puppies, that kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when Corey does that. If Corey would stick a little bit more to being kind of a dick, it would be great.
Yeah, because he gets to be a sassy, fucking, basically like a mark for her, and it's it's amusing. So, but
yeah, so
I think it'll be Mandy. Honestly,
I'm going Raw. I'm going Raw.
Either way, Raw's running amok here. They're gonna fuck him up. Nia, which I don't want to see, but I've been against Nia for a long time, and I didn't want to be, but it was the way they handled her character. It's just been such a flip flop, big show heel face thing with her that it's hard to follow. It's hard to get behind her. We're building up to WrestleMania beforehand. She's a heel, then they turn her face and have her be like, "Oh, I'm the bullied victim and I'm about, not shaming anybody and body positivity and be your own person." And then she starts bullying people once she's the champion and she's the bad guy again. And then she loses the belt with the Money in the Bank briefcase when Alexa Bliss cashes in. And, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what they want, but they just flip constantly.
I also want to say, let's pat myself on the back now. 59,955 subs tonight at Survivor Series, guys.
We're gonna hit it.
I've been doing this show for 6 years now, so tonight at Survivor Series, we could hit 60,000 subscribers. That would be really a pretty cool present for Survivor Series for me. So feel free to share all the videos, tell people about this, and if you haven't subbed yet, hit the sub button, man. We're almost at 60,000 views, and
I remember staying on the reviews when you had 17,000 subscribers, so it's been a long journey.
It's been a long grind on my channel. If you do the average, I think I average 12,000 subs a year, which is a pretty slow growth, but a growth.
Hey, what up,
So
Kippy?
that's pretty cool.
Still growing, baby. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's growing at
You're a grower and a shower.
Yeah, I've seen people shoot right up and then sort of die, and then they flatline and stay there.
I've seen people hit 100,000 subs overnight and then do nothing with it.
Yeah, that is the weirdest when that happens. It's because they didn't really earn it. Like they don't understand what they have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Just
been pretty
takes
consistent.
One video and that's it, and then it disappears.
We've got a consistent audience of at least, I want to say, 5,000 listeners. People, because a lot of those are dead subs. So
but that's the minimum. I mean, typically it goes above that.
The good news is my daily sub rate is going up and way up. So we're getting more active viewers. So it's becoming pretty fun over here. And of course, you guys know about my Patreon. Stuff is up there as well. So patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show if you guys want to support me on Patreon and get 30 hours of bonus content a month. Yeah, maybe I think I knocked the drink over. I spilled the drink in the Brenna spilled the drink in the car the other day, and then I cleaned it up a little bit, and then as I was pulling her out of the car, I think she might have kicked the cup again, but I was too busy doing all these things that I forgot about it. So Leah just went out there and she was like, "What the hell happened?" Anyway,
It's like a war zone in here.
let's play some of these donations that came in real quick before we get to the next match.
Super Chat.
Jamie Phillips again. What's up, Jamie?
AJ going to Raw to replace Roman. Brian V. Lesnar will great.
Yeah, and you know, Jamie, that's the thing is, if AJ goes to Raw to replace Roman in a way, you know, then people that think the Velveteen Dream's coming up, you know, he could stay in NXT and keep chasing for that belt. And their replacement for Roman was AJ. They didn't want to pull the plug on anybody else. So that could happen. And that's the rumor that we've heard actually for weeks. So
Are you kidding?
the real rumor. There's been not really a rumor about Velveteen until last 2 days. We sort of heard he might come up. What if nobody comes up? Imagine the disappointment. Nobody comes up.
It's possible.
Keep up the great work, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
A GH Metalhead, thank you for the $2. Appreciate that. Thanks for the tip.
Fuck yeah, I got everyone's addresses, man. I got everyone's fucking addresses, man.
Tommaso Ciampa should attack Lesnar and Bryan, resulting in a no contest.
Wow.
Then tell everyone that NXT is the A show and this pay-per-view is a joke.
Piccolo, thanks for the $5. Imagine that. That would be awesome. They won't do that, but that's awesome.
I had said for a while I wish Survivor Series was an NXT invasion. You know, that would be fantastic.
Oh my god, that would be
It'd
really
be a lot
cool.
of fun.
Gargano could show up with Ciampa.
Yeah.
I mean,
heel
not-
DIY. Whew.
Yeah, then maybe 2 others, or Undisputed could show up too. But you know, you never know. I don't know who's going to show up where or whatever. Undisputed has belts too, so that's another problem there. So
Yeah.
no,
I like what a delusional asshole said in the chat. He said you need to do top 10 lists with a British accent if you want, you know, subs to, you know, instant success. You also have to be an SJW, but hey, you know.
Yeah. In 1995, the WWE was going through a transitional time.
Super Chat.
And that's my one list.
Hey, Jamie.
Almanac v. Seth. Ronda v. Charlotte. Bryan v. Lesnar be crap.
Jamie Phillips, thanks. Well, we haven't gotten to that yet. I'm just saying it probably could be crap, but I mean, it could be crap. It's not that crazy to say. Like, I love how people are like, oh, you know, Seth Rollins versus oh my God, Seth Rollins versus Nakamura could be great. Yes, it could be, but it could be bad too. They haven't been good with everything that Nakamura has done. You know,
most of it's been bad with Nakamura. Unfortunately, his run with AJ wasn't great. I mean, pretty much everything we've seen from Nakamura has been lackluster. Thanks, Tommy, but it has been.
Party.
Oh, look at
Very
that.
disappointing.
Noho Santiago. Noho Santiago. He wants to get down with the super chat party. You want to have a super chat party, Noho? Let's do it. All right, man. Thanks for the $1. Thanks for the money. Thanks for the money. The dinero. Okay. So where are we next here?
Next, we're Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. I've been high on Ali since we saw him that time at SmackDown. He was extremely impressive then when he took on Neville, and I've followed his work with 205 Live, and he's only gotten better. His matches are, you know, continually entertaining.
Yeah.
But his character has improved.
Yeah.
His in-ring ability was pretty much always spot on.
Speaking of SJWs, Mustafa's a mega SJW.
Yeah, behind the scenes is a different story, and on Twitter.
I like him though, and I actually like him too as a person, kind of, because I think he means well, but he's a bit of an SJW. But no, he's great in the ring, and he could definitely be the champion. I think Buddy Murphy retains though.
I'm gonna go with Mustafa Ali on this one. I think, you know, yeah, I'm gonna go Mustafa Ali. I've gone back and forth, but Buddy Murphy's had the belt for a decent amount of time now, and I think that they could hold the win here and make it build a little bit longer. But the problem with this feud is that if Ali loses at this point again, I have a hard time envisioning him losing and not being done. So I think he'll win, and then Buddy Murphy will have the chance to
didn't Buddy Murphy
win the belt back.
Buddy Murphy just won this at the Australia show, so it is possible that they take it off him just because they just did that to give him that pop in Australia.
I think, yeah, but it's been about 6 weeks, so it's not the shortest time, but it'll be enough to keep the feud going back and forth.
I don't. You might be right, but I'm gonna go with Buddy Murphy anyway because I just don't.
Yeah, well, it makes sense for him to retain too, you know, because it hasn't been a super long run, but
yeah, I just don't want. I don't want the belt to be bumping around that quickly, you know. But you know, you never know.
Yeah, I think Buddy Murphy was better in a chase form, but like you said, it was a huge pop in you know, down under. So
yeah,
but I'm gonna go with Ali. For some reason, I have a feeling like this is his moment.
Well, good luck with your moment at Survivor Series, piece of shit show. So.
We'll see. So, plus it's good when we're not exactly equal there. So next up, this one perplexes me a little bit, but we got Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, and Braun Strowman on Team Raw taking on Team SmackDown, which is The Miz, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and the best in the world, Shane McMahon, in a Survivor Series elimination match. So this time we haven't seen the men invade one another's shows. The stakes for this match are pretty much all laid on the shoulders of Braun Strowman. If he wins, he gets to face Baron Corbin in a match in stipulation of his choosing, and he also gets a rematch against Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. No one else is being offered or rewarded with anything for winning or losing, so you could kind of throw that out the window as far as, you know, prizes and goals goes. They don't really have much motivation besides brand superiority here.
Well,
and
just again, there's nothing on the line. It's Survivor Series. There's absolutely nothing on the line.
Yeah, it's just brand superiority, and I think that's a hurdle that they could have addressed quite a long time ago, rather than have it, you know, pump the brakes. They put it all on the weight of, you know, Braun Strowman.
Yo, check out that. Come here, Vin. Check this kid's hair out. Check out my littlest kid's hair. Look at this kid's hair. Look at your hair. Dude, you've got the Kenny Omega hair.
That's right.
You got Kenny Omega hair.
He's like, don't compare me to the cleaner dad.
Started running away. He was like, I'm out of here.
Peace.
I'm out. He's got Kenny Omega hair.
He's got the locks of love.
He's trying to run away. Man, I got, for the people that are new, I got 3 kids and he's the youngest. So, but yeah, he's got Kenny Omega hair. And by the way, shout out, guys. We might hit 60,000 subs before Survivor Series, man. 59,961. We're going, baby. We're launching. We're launching. Close. What are you? Oh my God, dude! Hacksaw Jim Duggan's in my house. Oh! Anyway, what's next?
So yeah, Team Raw, Team SmackDown for the men's side. The storyline for most of it has just been about the individual members feuding. It hasn't even been really about Raw versus SmackDown.
Right.
They wrote Kurt Angle out of it entirely with the match with Drew McIntyre, so that was, you know, a bit disappointing. Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley do not get along, so I see them kind of attacking and eliminating each other possibly, or at least causing them to be eliminated. I don't know. It's just a very odd pairing that you know, for teams this year.
It is weird, man.
People are saying that we could see Ziggler and McIntyre get into it at this point as well.
Man, I feel like it'd be a waste to do this at Survivor Series. Keep that.
I do too, and that's one of the things that people have talked about is, oh, we could see, you know, McIntyre turn face here. I don't know. I'm not too sold on that. I think it would be a huge waste and serves better for something to happen on Raw than this show.
I don't know.
Especially with nothing on the line, really.
Yeah, you want to do this on SmackDown or Raw, or rather,
you want to have
Raw.
it matter. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have that on Raw. That's not.
Regardless, I think Team Raw wins here strictly because we're gonna get Braun taking on, you know, he needs those wins to get his match stipulations and matches. That makes sense. So he wants to take on Baron Corbin. They already have a match announced for TLC, well, unofficially announced, which is him versus Baron Corbin. So I you know, have to think that Braun wins to get that match. Kind of makes sense. So a bit of a spoiler from WWE if that's the case, but regardless, I think Team Raw, you know, runs the house down this time, and they get the win again this year. So
yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
It's hard to see. You know, the Miz is in a bit of a transition. He might be turning face. Shane is obviously going more towards heel. Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy, they don't get along, so that could be a bit of point of contention there. I think Shane might cost the SmackDown team with his ego getting in the way. That could be a possibility here. But either way, I think it comes down to Team Raw winning.
I don't remember. I don't know. I got nothing to say on it. I'm completely. I'm like numb to the whole thing. I couldn't care less almost. So
there's no reason to care. I mean, the only thing you get out of it is if Raw wins, Braun gets those matches, and that doesn't really do anything for me at this point. So,
yeah,
there's not much of a reason to care.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, but I am going to go ahead and pick Team Raw. So, past that, we have the Raw Tag Champs, AOP, versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Bar, with The Big Show.
The Bar. Yeah, so I heard The Big Show mention something on, I was listening to Busted Open Radio. The Big Show was on there. In fact, he said something else, too, that I wanted to bring up. But one of the things he said was, we got the free word rule going on our side now. So you don't know what's going to happen tonight, type of thing. So I'm like, is this going to be like the ROH triple titles tonight, or is there going to be a tag team and Big Show's going to be in there? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly could be, but
Big Show also talked about the WWE talent just being way too nice. He's like, these people are too nice. They don't stick up for themselves at all. They just go in there and what do I got? Okay. And he talks about how weird that is. That nobody even sticks up for themselves at all. They're like too afraid or something like that. Yo, Sing Harry, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up? Welcome to the Joe Cronin Show and the JCS Army. We're going to be live tonight after Survivor Series to talk about Survivor Series and review it with all you guys. Stay tuned for my podcast during the week, State of the WWE. We talk about WWE. I talk about some NXT, Ring of Honor, other things like that on Patreon, my Patreon page. If you want to go over there, check that out. And pretty much I got shows every day on this channel, so subscribe. You're going to get a bunch of content. If you want to hear, Mike said he wanted to hear my interview with Drew McIntyre from a while back. That's just search Joe Cronin, Drew Galloway, because I think it was still Drew Galloway at the time, so you'll find that and whatever else you got. But yeah, let's move on, man. Let's zip through this, man.
So who do you think is going to win there? Authors of Pain, I think, are going over The Bar.
Oh, you got to have Authors of Pain win.
I think they need it here. Cesaro and Sheamus and Big Show certainly, I don't think it'll hurt them to lose. They can recover from a loss easier than The Bar, than Authors of Pain will.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with AOP, absolutely. They got to win.
Next up, this could be excellent, or again, like we said before, it could be a miss. We've got the Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins taking on the U.S. Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. With a broken heart, he's very sad. Seth is not focused on him. Dean is the wild card here, and that kills me, because I wish that wasn't the case. Because these two could burn it down, pun intended, catchphrase intentional there. WWE doesn't have any real plans for these two, I feel like, because they're just focused on Dean. They made that known Monday. Seth said it. We know that Seth and Dean are going to face each other.
These guys don't care.
I mean, TLC.
Seth Rollins doesn't care about the match. Like, what is...
Yeah, that speaks volumes in its own right.
I really believe Seth is going to lose no matter what, because even if he lost clean to Shinsuke, it'd be one of those things where, like, obviously I overlooked him, because the Dean was in my head or whatever. So I think Seth is going to lose.
I have two ideas here, and the first one I don't think is going to happen, but it might, which is the obvious. Dean comes out, interferes, or his music plays and costs him the match, where they do the typical, the theme song plays, Seth looks towards the audience, looks towards the ramp and gets rolled up, something like that.
Yeah.
Gets Kinshasa, something. Number two. Kinshasa.
Sorry.
Number two that I think will happen, I think is more logical anyways.
Yeah.
Per se. Dean beats the shit out of Seth.
X-Pac's dog is more over than Lashley.
Oh
Happy
my God.
Survivor Series Sunday to everyone.
Did you hear that?
No.
Gorilla Strong said X-Pac's dog is more over than
Lashley.
Hey, Gorilla Strong. Gorilla Strong, thanks for the $5, man. Thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum, Gorilla Strong. Long time listener.
Saying, "Oh, the dog looked high as hell."
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm here with my dog, man. Suck it. Suck it.
He's got the
Thanks, Gorilla.
It was they like kept the camera on X-Pac a little too long.
It was weird.
And he was like waiting, and then finally he's like, it's like, like he didn't know what to do.
He's like, I'm gonna do this. Fine, you gonna keep the camera on me? Watch this.
We're going there.
At least he didn't start making out with the dog. Like,
yeah, they could have
been like, whoa, like, whoa. But no, I love X-Pac. Shout out to Sean Waltman, man. What a good guy he is now. I love him. Like, really.
Could have pulled the Titus O'Neil and his son. You know, tongue kiss.
I know. Tom Brady's kid.
Yeah.
Give daddy some tongue.
Give me that sugar. Give me that sugar.
AOP wins. All right.
All right. So, yeah. So, I think Nakamura is going to win here because Seth is going to get tacked beforehand by Dean. He's going to get tacked and mauled.
He'll be tacked to the point where he can barely stand. The referee rings the bell and Kinshasa, it's over.
And that would be surprising, but I think we'll get a little bit more out of it. So Seth will start, come in. He's injured. He'll get tooled for a little bit, near fall. He'll get a little bit of offense in, but not enough. And then Nakamura will finish him off. And then Dean runs out and beats the crap out of him again.
Yeah, something like that.
That's my thought.
If Dean doesn't show up, I'd be surprised.
I think Dean will be there, but I think Dean will assault him beforehand. We'll get the quick match, 3-4 minutes, and then, Seth tries, but he can't,
Which again is too bad because this is one of those matches that, like, a lot of the fans that are listening to this show right now, a lot of you guys are probably looking forward to, like, maybe saving the show.
Yeah, I mean, this could be like the must-see match here. This could be a 15-minute, monstrosity of awesomeness. Like, just really, they could hit levels that we haven't seen from either men in quite some time. We know Seth can deliver. We've seen Nakamura deliver, previously. Just give him a solid 15 minutes, let him go at it, and then that's what I hope happens. Give him 15 minutes, let him just battle like freaking warriors, and then at the very end, if you want Dean to interfere, fine. But at least give us that really good match beforehand.
You could even do an 18-minute match and have, somebody wins, even Seth wins, and the attack could happen after the match too. So that would get the best of both worlds if they're smart, I guess, because the fans need something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I don't think
if this goes clean though, if for some reason they do not have an interference outcome, I think Seth will win.
Yeah, I would think so too.
I think Seth will win, but I'm
still going.
I have
Shinsuke.
to go against that because I have to pick Shinsuke just because it's WWE, and I doubt we're going to see many clean or straight finishes tonight.
You got it stuck, bro. You threw it up in the ceiling fan. It's stuck.
He's like, I can't get it down.
All gone.
Next up, Ronda Rousey taking on Charlotte Flair. This one is extremely just interesting.
I don't know about that. I'm like uninterested now.
Well, the outcome to me. The match itself doesn't do much for me, but the outcome to me, I've come up with so many scenarios. I've heard people book things into oblivion, like I said earlier. We've seen, the 4 horsewomen. Becky will interfere. Baszler will come out just on her own. Sasha and Bayley will get involved. Just endless ideas. I think it's gonna be.
What if Becky came out? What if Becky came out and tripped Charlotte so then she lost?
That would make more sense to Becky's character. Better than her hugging her. That was infuriating, but I think Ronda's gonna defeat Charlotte, gonna make her tap, and then post match we'll see some type of maybe run in from Nia.
I just think Charlotte's gonna lose. It'll be a 10-minute match.
Charlotte's not the champion, so it's so hard to make her out to be a credible threat. They don't need to protect her at all here. She doesn't have a belt. There was really no time to build this at all.
Yeah, it's another.
There is no build between these two.
There's no build with Seth.
It's just that she's a stand-in for Becky.
Look at these facts right now. This is the thing that's messing with my head. All the Survivor Series matches don't matter because they're just for bragging rights, so they don't matter. So the matches don't matter. Shinsuke versus Seth, there's like no build, so it doesn't matter. Charlotte and Ronda doesn't matter. No build. AJ Styles is out of the main event, and now Daniel Bryan is there. There's no build, really. Kind of doesn't matter also because there's nothing on the line. Nothing matters. This is a pay-per-view of doesn't matter. just nothing matters. It doesn't. I don't care. Ronda's gonna win, and it doesn't matter. That's the answer.
You know, people are saying that Ronda will win via DQ because she'll be attacked by Nia and Tamina, or Nia. They could do that to build up, you know, Nia.
Well, actually, Jake, you know, we thought that might have been the finish anyway.
We thought that when she was going against Becky, yeah.
Right. So it could have. This could have been the finish anyway. Tamina and Nia screwed things up with her and Becky. That was the out the whole time.
Yeah, that was our original prediction. But now, because Charlotte doesn't have the title, there's no real reason to protect her. Right. Why not give Ronda another notch on her belt?
And then get her attacked after.
What do they have to lose by having Ronda win here? And Charlotte doesn't need the win.
Charlotte. Well, maybe Nia Jax and Tamina could come out at the very end, and they could actually attack Charlotte, and that gets Ronda DQ'd, and then they beat up Ronda. But so many screwy things. I don't think they would be that creative. Yeah, they won't do that. I mean, it's just a mess to me. I couldn't care. Survivor Series is a joke, dude. You just had maybe some people think the best NXT takeover ever last night, and arguably that, but certainly the top 5 ever NXT takeover last night. And now you have this abomination tonight of Survivor Series. You could not have more polar opposites. This could possibly be a 3 out of 10 show tonight, while last night's NXT was a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, or something like that. I mean, it's insanely funny, like and depressing.
The dichotomy between the two, it's such a night and day comparison. And then you look at this match, and, you know, people are saying, oh, well, maybe Ronda will turn heel. You know, she'll lock on the armbar and won't let it go, and she'll turn heel because, you know, building towards WrestleMania, Rousey needs to be a heel because of Becky Lynch's popularity. She needs to be a face. And yeah, but people are saying, like, oh, well, you know, Becky missing this match puts her immediately at Mania against Ronda. But they have a lot of steps to get there. Becky's the champion on the other show. Ronda's the champion on the other show. Like, so one of them has to lose their title. You know, they're not going to do another title versus title match at Mania.
Right.
I have a hard time imagining they're going to not defend either women's belt at WrestleMania just to have this match. So then someone's got to lose and win the Rumble, or someone's got to lose and, you know, like it's switch brands entirely. Like,
right.
There's a lot of steps that has to happen between now and Mania. Not saying it won't, but it's not as easy as just saying, oh, Becky, you know, her missing this match puts her at WrestleMania. It doesn't. Everybody that says that, you know, oh, Nia injuring you just set you up for WrestleMania.
Right.
No, it doesn't. Just because you want it to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen.
And so much can change by WrestleMania. It's interesting to think about it, but there's so many things that could change. I mean, Becky could not be cleared. Oh, God, you think?
You know, I doubt that'll be the case, but anything's possible. I mean, so I'm just tired of all the people being like, well, this is a good thing because now she's headlining WrestleMania. How the fuck did you get to that conclusion?
I mean, I'll tell you, man, Becky is like the #1 thing in the company right now. So I mean, I didn't think they were going to headline. The women were going to headline. I thought they were going to forcibly put the women in the headline at WrestleMania. But now that Becky has this fire that she has, like, if I look around on the whole roster, what am I most interested in? I'm most interested in Becky now. There's nobody else that I'm more interested in than Becky. Dean and Seth, kind of. You know, Brock Lesnar's the champion. Boring. AJ Styles was champion a long time. Pretty good, but it's kind of boring. You know, except for when he wrestles. Daniel Bryan's become kind of boring.
At least now they changed that up a little bit, and we'll see what happens with him going forward.
Right, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Ronda and Becky on the mic, and what they were doing was the best thing that was going in the entire company, and that's just whether they made that to happen or whatever. They planned it that way. But it seems like everybody else is subpar, and this is at least something. And this would be my main event, believe it or not. I can't believe that, but with all the other talent they have, they just can't seem to work this shit out. What do we got left? Yeah, the main event, is that it?
That's it, just the main event, yeah.
Well, here we go. The match that, who the fuck could predict this thing? People think Bryan's going to die. Brian, is there going to be interference in this match with AJ? I mean, is it going to be fuckery all night?
Is AJ going to interfere? Is Shane McMahon going to help out Daniel Bryan?
Well, also, remember, Survivor Series is always filled with fuckery.
Yeah,
Like,
it has been for ages. I mean, the Montreal screw job was you know,
well, basically
what,
the Montreal screw job is why like they basically
Yo,
sort of
Brad,
treat it as a joke almost, like
73.
because of the real
Thanks for the sub, dude.
screw job that happened at Survivor
Appreciate
Series.
it.
They like to sometimes play up
harken
on
back.
that.
Yeah, they've done it. I just watched, you know, Wrestling with Regret, as he reviewed Survivor Series 2000. You go back to then, and
Really,
you know,
dude.
they had tons
Appreciate
of,
the sub,
you
man.
know, just fuckery. So I mean, it kind of happens yearly at Survivor Series. Look at everything that transpired in last year with the, you know, the men's 5-on-5 and Triple H getting involved and then turning, and you know, it's always some disaster. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna.
People
have
are
to,
saying, you know, Shane McMahon. Well, that one I have a hard time believing. But you know, Shane got F5 by Brock all that time ago and never got any retribution for it.
Yeah.
So now Shane could come out and help Daniel Bryan win. Daniel Bryan could win clean. Daniel Bryan could get his head clear knocked off by Brock Lesnar. You know, what if Daniel Bryan kicks Lesnar in the balls? And gets a victory that way. He pulls an Undertaker, knocks him down south.
And I don't know how you do this, man. I really don't get it. You get a guy turning heel who's facing a guy who's kind of heel for a belt, for no belts, other than just them facing each other.
M73.
I find this to be a waste. I find this to be a waste. And
most people feel that the WWE officials don't know how to handle it. You know, like so many people have said that they're going to go with the safe route and just have AJ interfere. Lesnar gets the win. This way, Bryan doesn't have to start his reign with a clearing loss. And that's my biggest thing here, is that Daniel Bryan just won this belt. Just won this belt. And now you're going to have him possibly lose. That's a terrible way to start off. But if he wins, he's not just beating anybody. It's not just a normal title defense. He's beating Brock Lesnar, of all people. So, I mean...
Well, that's why you think that Bryan could win, because nobody thinks he's going to win. So you could see them doing that. And maybe Vince is thinking, like, he needs something. Like, Bryan really needs something. Maybe this could be that something to help what he's doing. But I'm just going to go the safe route and say AJ interferes, Bryan loses because of AJ. They continue this hot feud, and that's about it. So that's what I'm going. Brock Lesnar wins. That's what I think.
I'm going to say Daniel Bryan wins. He's going Dick Kick City, baby, and he's going to go ahead and get the victory.
He's going to steal Nakamura's gimmick.
Yeah, and he's going to win via, you know, nefarious means. I'm going to be a little, you know, different than your choice, but I think you might be right. I just want to have a little fun with it. But
it'd be funny if he grabbed. See, I think it'd be funny if he should grab a crowbar from under the ring. That'd be fun.
He should tool Lesnar with the belt. You know.
What's this one? Oh, that's the potatoes and stuff. Fertilizing. All right. So I guess I accepted that contract. Wait, or did I? No. Oh no. Well, let's cancel this. I don't want to do it anyway. I don't want to do it anyway. Meh. I would do this one, but it is going to take so freaking long. Well, field 13 isn't tremendously big. I don't. Oh yeah, no, it is. It is. That's why it's so expensive. So, what do we have? I already have weeds on field 19. Are you kidding me? What's going on over here? Why is field 24 and 25 only like half fertilized? I bet that's why. He's out of fertilizer. Oh wait, we've got some fertilizer down here, I think. The transport contracts you think are pretty cool. The only thing about the transport contracts is they don't pay.
Yo, what up, Brad? How you doing, man?
$500 or something for them. You don't get any.
Are you streaming right now?
Alright, so we're going to go up. Everything's seeded. I'm just going to have to fertilize the other field over there. That's not going to be a big deal at all. So let's hire this worker. Ah!
This guy that subscribed to me is streaming at the same time, but he's farming.
There is still a radio, yes. Oh, there's the weeds. So let's see, let's look at the fertilizer again. Okay, so that's working. So yeah, this is 24 and 25. All right. Sign in. How am I? I am doing pretty good. Hopefully you are doing just as well. The Bull 324. Hello, hello. Brad, you're alive. Of course I am. Unlike you, we don't have a bunch of fires here. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're... Okay, so yep, all that's looking good. I wonder why... Oh, that's why. I see an area that didn't even get seeded up here, so we're going to have to take care of that, I guess. And over here as well. Go. Let's see. It will be after Christmas. Before I get this game, I have to pay for it myself. Do keep in mind, probably shortly after launch, I will have some Steam codes that I'll be able to give away, and we'll be doing that during the live stream. So
yo, Brad, are you streaming right now?
Sometime this week, we're going to be giving away some Farming Simulator 19 codes. Let's see here. It is going to be a YouTube thing, so I hate to leave the Twitch people out, but the giveaway will be YouTube for YouTube viewers only, because I have to choose like one platform or the other. Okay. Alright, so that is... Oh, there's still a little spot over there. Oh, that's where the seating wasn't done, so... Should be okay there. Let's go and get... Let's go and get...
Yo, Shadow, what up, man? Are you really? Man.
Now you can, I think you can also go and get the spray, you know, the fertilizer or the weed killer spray, and spray over your weeds here. But it's, you know, obviously more expensive, and using a weeder is free. But then you have like these little black, ugly, dead plants that are on your field for the whole rest of the growth cycle. So something to keep in mind. Especially if you're OCD about, you know, your fields looking really nice. All right. Any idea when it goes live? It should be about 24 hours from now. I hear that this game is about 5 gigs to download. It's probably somewhere between 5 and 8 gigabytes, if I had to guess. What have you played with the biggest sprayer? Yes. Can you still hire workers to plow seed and harvest? Yeah, of course. You can even hire workers to plow seed and harvest in contracts now too.
Huh. That's awesome. Thanks for subbing my channel. I subbed to you too, man.
Oh yeah, I do see a little area right there. I think I missed the cedar. That's all right. So it's kind of nice, you know, in Farming Simulator 17.
I pre-ordered it all. Wish I would have got it like you.
Visual as far as, you know, what do the weeders actually do? So now it's really nice because
I've had the whole weekend
you know,
off.
we can see what the weeders do. I don't get Farming Simulator 19 till the 22nd because of Amazon. Oh man. Hey Brad, hope you're well, mate. Looking good from a very cold UK. Oh, I know, it's getting cold here too, which is no fun. But thank you. Stay warm. How much FPS when you ain't streaming? A lot more than this. Probably about 20 to 30 FPS more. And again, we're in the, it's the morning time in game, so that's probably why we've got all the shadows and stuff going on. Again, I am playing at 2560 by 1440, so a much higher resolution. You know, it's not just 1080, and you know, all the graphics settings are completely maxed. Is the big New Holland Combine in the game? The CR1090, yes, is in the game. How fast is the biggest sprayer? I think it's like in the 20 mile per hour range when you're on the road, and then when you're actually, spraying, I think it's maybe like around 10 miles an hour. Might be less than that. Might be like 7 or 8 miles per hour. I can look here in a second. So let's just go back across the field here. Yep, field 24 already is developing some weeds. Can you turn weeds off? Yeah, you can. Go up to... yeah, weeds, you can completely turn those off. You can turn off lime requirements.
Yo, what up, Wee Ocean?
Crop destruction, and so on. Roy Cornish, Farming 126, thank you for following. Thank you for following. What can you say about FS19 so far? I'm not allowed to give like my final review of the game, but you know, I think you guys, for the most part, are going to be very pleased with it. Why do I get this feeling?
Oh, this is on single player.
Gotta do some weeding, so let's fast forward time a little bit. There we go. Oh, which map? This is the American map.
I mean, I didn't get trolled.
There's 9 dislikes.
You're just copying his account.
I know exactly who the 9 dislikes were. It was like the people that were trolling earlier, and the people that got timed out. But that's okay. Santa
I just wish I
Squirtle.
could. I'm gonna keep this guy
Squirtle?
on though. I wish I could have. Man, I wish I could have Farm Simulator this week right now. Whatever, I'm just gonna keep farming. And the game looks so good. Yeah, I know, man. It's awesome. It's called Lone Oak Farm. Yeah, it's Lone Oak. No problem, dude. I mean, it's just kind of dumb. Ow. Yeah, go unload that combine after this. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You should stick around though. They just don't, you know, never come back. You should come back. Man, thanks for getting me to 200, guys. Really appreciate it. No, let's work on trying to get me to 300. Make it 1K, man. I'm gonna try. Yo, what up, JoJo? Nice. Yo, JoJo, thanks for the follow. I don't know why you didn't follow already. What's wrong with you, kid? I'm at Twitch till now. Oh, I gotcha. I don't know. I guess I just been working on my single player, man. I have a server that's going that I can switch to if you want. It's called Welker Farms. But I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. There's a pay-per-view that's coming up. I'm gonna be watching. And do you have the Welker's Farm map? I'm talking to this wee ocean guy on my YouTube. Crazy how many people want to game with you on this game. On 7 Days to Die, me and my friend were looking for more people to play with, and we couldn't find anybody. And here, more people are wanting to play with me on a farm game. Welker's Farm. It's in the mod hub. But if you can't find it, man, it's okay. Yeah, this is where it's at. $201 subscribers, nice.
Everything aside, focus on the common goal here. Because right now,
oh shit, WWE.
I mean, you see what's going on over there. So I would have to say, as things look right now, Team SmackDown's looking pretty good compared to Raw.
And we can't underestimate how important being the team captain is, Kingfish, because when you have Naomi now in charge, there's a lot of different calls you've got to make as the match continues. What do you make of her being the new team captain?
Well, I think one thing was very, very smart was waiting till the last minute to insert Mandy Rose in there. Because, you know, looking at Mandy Rose's personality, I think if she had been there much longer, they would be in the same situation that Team Raw is in right now. I think she could create some a lot of dissension on the team. So putting her in at the last minute was a very smart move. And I'm going to go, like you said, that I'm going to think that the smoothness is going to prevail over the chaos that the Raw team is in.
There is no question that as we move forward now, Mandy Rose has been dynamic the last couple of weeks. What do you think she brings now to this team, then?
You know what? I think first of all, Mandy Rose is a really smart choice by team captain Naomi, because Mandy does not lack confidence. And being an effective member, a team member, is being confident, and I think that gives you the ability to make a decision that somebody else take advantage of a mistake that Team Raw might make.
Oh, not to mention, they brought her in at the
yeah,
last minute.
Lone Oaks Farm.
Team Raw is definitely not expecting.
But that's the one I'm playing on. The one I'm talking about that's on multiplayer is the Welker Farm.
Because there's still so many things left to talk about.
It starts with a W.
Is the only match or the night of the year where Raw and SmackDown Live go against each other. Well, there's only one match tonight where it has nothing to do with either. It's about the Cruiserweight Championship. And what a match we have here tonight. We've got the Juggernaut, Buddy Murphy, going one-on-one with Mustafa Ali.
Capacity crowd for WWE Super Showdown. Murphy now looks to put Alexander away. Is it enough for Murphy to win the title? Shoulders are down. Buddy Murphy is the Cruiserweight Champion. And now the entire world knows the name Buddy Murphy.
Our Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy is in need of a challenger. So there will be a match to determine who will receive the first opportunity at Murphy's title. It will be the premier athlete Tony Nese taking on the heart of 205 Live Mustafa Ali, and the winner, they will face Buddy Murphy for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship.
Both these superstars are coming off the biggest wins of their career, raw power by the premier athlete. Ali laying it all on the line for an opportunity at the Cruiserweight title. Way up top, that's it! Wait a minute, Ali into the cover, shoulders down. Ali beat Nese. Ali's gonna face Buddy Murphy. The juggernaut of the Cruiserweight division in the heart of 205 Live. Sounds like a fairy tale matchup if you ask me. The way that Mustafa Ali scratched and clawed his way back to a
championship opportunity. And there is no happy ending in this fairy tale. Because the bad guy always wins. It just so happens to be that I am the biggest and the baddest in this entire division. You can't stop the unstoppable.
First, they called me maybe. Today, they call me the heart of 205 Live. Buddy Murphy and I, we are on a collision course for the Cruiserweight Championship, and this time, nothing is slipping through my hands. This time, no one is going to call me a baby, because this time, they're going to call me champ.
The official Survivor Series weigh-in for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match.
What up, Kieran?
I'm willing to go to hell and back for this championship.
This Sunday,
Yo, I'm doing good, man.
With so many great WWE superstars, it's very difficult to stand out, to be special, to steal the show. But since our next guest took over 205 Live, that's exactly what they have started to do. And tonight, what a matchup we have for the Cruiserweight Championship. And let's bring in now the general manager of 205 Live, Mr. Drake Maverick. First of all, Drake, welcome to the kickoff panel. When you watch that package right there and the things that you have developed and the things that you have instituted as a general manager, how proud are you of where your division is at right now?
Riders in the work, Coach, and thank you very much for that introduction. You're an absolute sweetheart, but hell of a package, don't you think? Hell of a package. They're the most exciting hour of action in the WWE Network. They are the WWE Cruiserweights, and I vowed the moment that I became the general manager, I'm going to get these guys back to where they need to be. I'm going to have the most high-flying action in the WWE, and now the Cruiserweight Championship is being defended on Survivor Series. The juggernaut Buddy Murphy versus the heart of 205 Live, Mustafa Ali. I cannot wait. They're potentially going to steal the show.
It's really amazing on where you've taken the division. But when you talk about where certain guys are now, you're a very, very busy man. You're not just the general manager of 205 Live. You've taken an incredible tag team under your wing. And I want to take people back. His guys, AOP. This past week on Raw, they took on, 2 weeks ago, on Raw, they took on Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, kind of, for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And boy, did they put a beat down on Seth Rollins to become the Tag Team Champions that night.
What do you mean, kind of?
Well,
what do you mean, kind of? What do you expect? Dean Ambrose didn't even show up.
Opportunities don't come often like that. And thank you, Baron Corbin, by the way, for that opportunity. I vowed, as the manager of AOP in only 2 months, I'm going to make these men the Raw Tag Team Champions. Just like I said about the WWE Cruiserweights, the most exciting hour of action on the WWE Network, and now the Raw Tag Team Champions. I'm a man of my word.
That's true, but let me ask you this. Technically, your guys have never had to go against a full tag team at a championship level.
We've destroyed every tag team on Monday Night Raw on the route to becoming champions. I don't know about the bar tonight, but they're more concerned with choreographing their entrance than they are winning championships, if you don't mind me saying. My men are here to destroy, my men are here to hurt people, and my men are here to be on the most dominant brand in the WWE, and that's Monday Night Raw.
Well, you know, Drake, I gotta ask you though, there is a little bit of an X factor in this whole situation.
What's that?
That's in the form of our resident giant, the Big Show.
Oh, the Big Show!
So, you know...
Giants.
Well, yeah, man. I might switch over here in a few. I'm just watching, like, NASCAR and wrestling. It's in championship in NASCAR right now. I'm just chilling out, man. I just kind of met you, too.
They're AOP, and they represent the most dominant brand in the WWE. Monday Night Raw. Sorry, SmackDown. Today's one for Raw.
Speaking of fairy tales, did the Wizard ever get back to you about that brain?
Yeah, we'll eventually play, man.
You need to think again.
Sir,
Your wit amuses me very much. I love how we go straight to a Hobbit joke. Do you think I haven't heard them before in my
But thanks
life?
for subbing, thanks for liking. Really appreciate it.
I am not afraid of the big show. I'm not afraid of
Did you get pre-order FS19?
brain the size of a giant, sir.
No, but seriously.
A brain the size of a giant. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means I'm the smartest man in the WWE, David. Aren't you a Harvard grad, David? Aren't you a solicitor?
That is
I'm smarter than you. I made the Raw Tag Team Champions in 2 months. I made 205 Live the most exciting hour of action in the WWE. Who's to doubt me? You, Coach? You, King? You there? You, David? Who's to doubt me?
A wise man once said, nothing.
Drake, I think that's all that needs to be said on these two subjects. So thank you for taking the time to come out here. Good luck on a very busy night. Your Cruiserweight title match, but also your Tag Team Champions. Everybody's in action here tonight. Good luck.
Pleasure was all yours. Thank you.
All right, 205 Live General Manager and the brains behind the AOP, the Raw Tag Team Champions. Speaking of tag teams, how about this matchup coming up live here on the Survivor Series kickoff?
Well, you don't have to do. I'm not asking for money.
Tag team match, 10 on 10. Who will be the dominant brand when it comes to the tag team division? We're about to find out, and it's going to have to be 4.
Shit, I might want to offload this before I drive that all the way over there.
Kickoff show. Stick around.
On Sunday, April 7th, 2019, history waits for no one. So why should you?
My maps ain't done yet.
Tickets available now.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
WWE Survivor Series, the one night of the year when Raw and SmackDown Live go head-to-head. Featuring matches never seen before.
This is monumental.
Champion versus champion.
The biggest versus the best. You can't get any better than this.
Team versus team. Raw and SmackDown Live collide.
The one you're on is only at 44. Oh, I see.
Absolute monstrous individual. Such a physical specimen. 6'3", 300 pounds. I mean, the guy that has a one-man wrecking ball.
Lars Sullivan. Oh my God. That is plain barbaric strength. This man is impressive. He is dangerous. And there's the freak accident. Absolutely dominant, impressive, frightening. Who will stop Lars Sullivan?
What anticipation will come here for the rest of 2018. Welcome back to the Survivor Series Kickoff Show. I am the coach. We're now into our second hour as we count down to Survivor Series top of the hour on the WWE Network streaming live. And don't forget, for new subscribers, Survivor Series and WWE TLC are free. Let's welcome in now a new panel member. He, of course, is also a WWE
No, I like to drive all the stuff myself.
The one and only Booker T.
How y'all doing?
But I have used it before.
I mean, this time of the year, Survivor Series traditional 5-on-5. I mean,
Booker T.
Raw versus SmackDown. It's all about supremacy, man.
All right, if you're just joining us here at the top of the hour, welcome. Beth Phoenix, Hall of Famer. Also, David Otunga is there at the end. Let's jump right into it. You talk about a stacked card from top to bottom. Booker just said it. The traditional Survivor Series elimination match. But let's start with the men's 5-on-5.
I mean, there it is right there. You see the combatants. I mean, SmackDown versus Raw. Elimination style match, guys. This one right here is going to be good. You don't want to miss it.
And so much tension exists in the women's division right now. Proving that you're the best has never been more important to Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. And tonight, we will see these two female titans clash for the first time.
And not many teams are as physically imposing as the newly minted Raw Tag Team Champions, the AOP. Tonight, they may have met their match as they face the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Bar, with the Big Show.
Guys, this one right here, you truly do not want to miss. Champion versus champion. Seth Rollins takes on Shinsuke Nakamura.
And a 10-on-10 Survivor Series elimination tag team match. 5 Raw tag teams, 5 SmackDown tag teams will battle it out to determine which brand is the toughest division. And guess what? This match is coming up in mere moments.
And in another traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, can the women of Team Raw find common ground as they take on the women of SmackDown? We've just learned that Mandy Rose will be taking the final spot on Team SmackDown. Will the addition of Mandy lead the odds in SmackDown?
Another one, the
Most of no, they're all from the from on the game. I used to, but I'm pretty sure I disabled it.
A gentle reminder that Survivor Series is streaming live here tonight, top of the hour, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the WWE Network. If you haven't subscribed yet, simply go to WWENetwork.com, and don't forget, not only do you get Survivor Series for free if you're a new subscriber, but also next month's pay-per-view, WWE TLC, is free as well. But we've got action that is getting ready to come in a couple of minutes. But I want to, while we have a couple of minutes of Booker T, now that you're out here, talk about what we're going to see later tonight. And I want to hit on the women's 5-on-5 for a second, because we saw 2 faces that disappeared. Ruby,
You can't
Ryan,
what?
and Trey, they got into it earlier tonight here on the kickoff show. We don't know if Alexa's going to bring them back, put them on, put somebody in their place. We just don't know, Beth.
So much change, so much turmoil, chaos, I would say. I mean, what does that mean for Raw as a team? I mean, at this point, we don't know who's going to be replacing Natalya and Ruby. What is that going to mean? Are they going to be able to get their heads together in the game to bring home the win for Raw?
I can tell you this, guys. I was backstage.
I'll be back in a sec, guys.
And I can see so much tension. Everybody back there is just totally all over the place. So tonight is going to be a special night in so many different ways. You gotta love it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think this definitely puts Team Raw at a disadvantage. I mean, whoever they get, if they bring those 2 back, if they get 2 new members, you got to question their cohesiveness. SmackDown, they look like they're all on the same page. So I got to say they have the edge going into this.
Let me use the word preparation, because that's one word we normally don't use when it comes to Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion. He normally doesn't care who he faces. As of 5 days ago, it was going to be AJ Styles. It is now going to be Daniel Bryan. Booker, I'd love your thoughts on what Daniel Bryan could possibly do here tonight to have a chance against Brock Lesnar.
I can tell you this, you know, never underestimate Daniel Bryan. The guy's a fighter. I coined the phrase, that's my boy D. Bryan. You know, I knew this. No, I knew this guy was going to be a star from day one. And now the mindset of Daniel Bryan, it's not about the fans. It's not about the yes movement. It's about Daniel Bryan and the legacy to get past this moment tonight on this monumental stage. Daniel Bryan can make history, man. So I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a pick'em. It's a pick'em. But if I had to bet money, on the other hand, Brock Lesnar's going to squash this kid like a grape. That's just the way I see it.
All right, we've got less than a minute right now. Beth, I want to ask you on the other side, Ronda Rousey, her opponent has changed as well. It's now Charlotte Flair. How does that affect her preparation?
I think Ronda Rousey is prepared. She prepares in her own way, and that's with absolute focus. I mean, let's not forget, she's an Olympic-level athlete. She's medaled at the Olympics. She's a UFC trailblazer. This woman knows how to perform when the stakes are high. And I gotta say, I think she's probably just going to her wheelhouse of what works. You know, stay focused, work hard, and show up ready to go.
David, we've got about 15 seconds.
I want to say one thing that hasn't been said yet as far as Ronda Rousey goes. No matter what odds are stacked against her, you have to remember, all she has to do is get a hold of your arm once. Could be it.
We saw the last hour, the war of words between Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
That's all going to come to a head. There will be no more talking when they face one-on-one each other here tonight. It's now time for action. One of 7 head-to-head matches between Raw and SmackDown.
Yo, what up, Karen?
Right now, let's send it to Tom Phillips, Corey Graves and Byron Saxton. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Coach. And we're getting set for the 10-on-10 tag team traditional Survivor Series elimination match. But as Booker T and the rest of the panel were talking about, a lot of changes and a lot of tension right now.
A lot of tension, especially on that Raw women's team. Does not sit well for those ladies.
Let's see who will set the tone in this first matchup.
Oh.
Don't you dare be sour. BlackWidow world famous 5-time champs and feel the
Bootios! Yes, it is!
Gentlemen, that tension just got replaced.
The New Day!
The power of positivity.
No, it didn't, Saxton. That literally did not happen.
I felt it. The New Day out here representing SmackDown Live tonight at Survivor Series. The WWE Universe still filing in here at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. We have been sold out for months for the second longest
Yeah, right.
in WWE history.
That display of gluttony we just saw can only be found in one place.
The winning team. The team that'll ride to glory tonight. SmackDown Live.
With fanboying, Saxton, you're paid to be an unbiased journalist like me. Just speaking from the heart.
Byron, the team for SmackDown, at least in this tag team elimination Survivor Series match, it looks pretty good. There's a lot of experience and there's a lot of professional respect amongst the teams.
And blue pancakes.
Why not?
The pancakes are blue.
My 3D printer is running right now. I'm printing a card holder. Cool. I want a pic on Discord. Yeah, dude, check it out. Take a pic for me.
Tonight.
I'm watching some wrestling and some NASCAR.
The one night a year where we have SmackDown Live going up against Monday Night Raw in head. Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. We are engaged in head-to-head competition in order to see who is the dominant brand.
And what better way to kick things off? Huh? What better way to kick things off than with competition featuring who? Featuring the SmackDown Tag Teams, baby!
Up first, we give to you a man who has more abs than hair on his head, and a man that all the ladies call Trapzilla. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson.
What an introduction. Big E's fired up tonight, as he should be, at Survivor Series. Graves, I love seeing Gallows and Anderson. Always good to have the Good Brothers around.
Two very, very well-liked members of the locker room. Definitely a good addition to Team SmackDown.
Former Raw Tag Team Champions adding to the accolades of Team SmackDown. Actually, a couple years ago, the Gallows and Anderson made their WWE debut in this building here in Los Angeles. Shocked the WWE Universe coming here from Japan.
Up next, easily the slyest cousins to ever step foot in WWE. These two have never met a back that they wouldn't stab. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, man, thank you.
introduce to you Epico and Primo, the Colognes.
Primo and Epico, former WWE Tag Team Champions in their own right. And Byron, the question is, how will the Colognes, Gallows and Anderson, the New Day, all these teams cooperate here tonight?
Well, Tom, you brought up respect earlier. I think the mantra for Team SmackDown Live has been unity. We saw that unity on SmackDown Live last Tuesday night. I think we're going to see that again.
Team features some of the craziest people on the face of planet Earth. Yes? These men are filled with rage, and that rage is fueled by chaos. I give you sanity.
These could be the game changers for the blue team. Always an X factor, unpredictable and incredibly dangerous.
We saw Sanity introduce the twisted sister of NXT, Nikki Cross, just a few weeks ago in Manchester, United Kingdom. But tonight, Killian Dane, Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, they're out to defend the SmackDown brand.
In times like this, when I am proud to have Sanity on our side, chaos, madness, unpredictability, that is the mission statement of these three men.
Byron, frankly, I like it because
you want
you've
to
got
look
two
at it now, you
representatives
can.
from Sanity that are able to compete in the match. So that means one of these psychopaths that's running around at ringside over the course of this 10-on-10 elimination match.
That's what you call intimidation factor on the outside of the ring.
Graves, if you're Team Raw and you're looking at the unity thus far of Team SmackDown, you have to be intimidated.
It's got to give you pause, certainly, when you have this many forces combined.
But certainly not least.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
We proudly present to you our fearless leaders, our captains, and arguably the greatest tag team on God.
No, I get it, dude. That's awesome.
We give you the
Brian, what have we talked about? There is respect, there is sportsmanship on the side of Team SmackDown with the captains, Jimmy and Jay, leading the way.
Well, especially when you hear that introduction from the New Day saying that the Usos are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. How many battles have we seen between those two teams on SmackDown Live?
One of the greatest rivalries in recent memory in the tag team division in WWE.
Hey, yo! Hey, Raw team! Welcome to the SmackDown Penitentiary!
Yeah.
So the Usos ready to captain Team
Survivor Series, man. WWE. Let's go. Hype that chat up.
And the Colognes. Here comes Team Raw.
The following is a Survivor Series team elimination match. Currently making their way to the ring, Dash and Dawson, the Revival.
Dash and Dawson live by the mantra. He just hit me.
It's karma. I love that he shut you up like that. That was great.
That might be the greatest thing ever.
And their tag team partners, first, the Lucha House Party.
Byron, I gotta think the Lucha House Party's right up your alley.
You know what? I feel kind of bad, like, expressing my support for Lucha House Party, but how can you not love the Lucha House Party? How can you not love Penelope?
Very easily.
Who's Penelope?
One of the stupid pinatas.
Next, Connor and Victor, the Ascension.
It might not be a popular opinion, but I feel like Connor and Victor are just on the precipice of something great.
I've had some recent success on Monday Night Raw. Can they turn it around into something bigger tonight at Survivor Series?
Next, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, the B-Team.
The former Raw Tag Team Champions, the B-Team, and Graves' favorite tag team of all time.
Absolutely not true, Phillips.
Thought there was hope for you. Come on, Graves, get into it.
No.
B-Team, B-Team, go, go, go.
Raw's resident cheerleaders. You said former Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
You're right, but the problem is these guys haven't stopped celebrating since.
You gotta admire the gusto, the positive thinking. Maybe they took a page out of the New Day's book.
And Team SmackDown watching as Team Raw assembles here in Los Angeles.
Glorious. I will be there. I will be game. I will be victorious. I will defend. I will defend.
Introducing the Raw Team Captains, Chad Gable and the glorious Bobby Roode.
The fearless and glorious Next leaders of Team Raw, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Grace, you've seen it on Raw. Ups and downs between Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, but they've turned it around at the right moment.
You talk about a tag team that had the ability to gel incredibly quickly. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, a true force to be reckoned with on Monday nights.
So the best tag teams of Monday Night Raw ready to do battle with Team SmackDown, the Elite from Tuesday nights. This will set the tone for tonight here at Survivor Series.
They're going to fit all these superstars in one ring.
The captains are here, baby. Team Raw is here. And we are going to kick off Survivor Series with a win, baby.
And it's going to be absolutely.
There's some unity for you.
Well, there's no turning back now. Think about the pressure on either one of these teams to set the tone, to set the ground for potential success on your brand.
Yeah, you want to start the night off on the right foot. If it's the red team or the blue team, they definitely want to lead their entire brand.
So a 10-on-10 Survivor Series tag team elimination match. Here are the rules. You can be eliminated by pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification. If a representative of your tag team is eliminated, the entire tag team is eliminated. The last team standing wins the match. And just a little over 40 minutes now until the beginning of the 32nd consecutive Survivor Series pay-per-view, streaming live on the WWE Network.
Looks like we got Epico representing SmackDown Live, and perhaps Kalisto representing Raw.
Looks like we're getting ready for a Royal Rumble match right now. There's so many bodies out here.
Sure does.
So it's Kalisto to start things off for Team Raw. Of course, a former Cruiserweight champion, former United States champion, representative now of Monday Night Raw and 205 Live. Graves, what would this mean for Lucha House Party to get a victory tonight?
Momentum. An impressive showing here tonight. Whoa, check that out. Oh, all 10 of these men could lead to big opportunities.
Now Kalisto on the run here. Epico trying to catch up to him, and Kalisto just a little bit too fast.
We talked about, oh, look out.
Look at the power here of Epico. Epico Cologne standing suplex here, stalls, and the crash. Now looking for the cover for the first elimination and a kick out. And we talk about all the head-to-head matchups here tonight, guys. AOP, the new Raw Tag Team Champions, will face the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Bar, later on. Oh, Kalisto, I think Kalisto tweaked his left knee there, guys.
Last thing you want if you're Kalisto.
Oh, playing a little bit of possum, perhaps.
And a tag made it, and Kalisto's in a bad way here, but it's Lindsay Dorado who tags in for his Lucha House Party buddy, and Kalisto's back in here. Seems to be trying to shake off the whatever he did to his knee.
Look at this.
Power. Oh! Plank. Oh! Now Kalisto to put this away and trying to eliminate Primo, or rather Epico, excuse me, in a kick out.
We talked about momentum for the Lucha House Party. You could say the same thing for the Colognes, who have kind of flown under the radar on SmackDown Live. Imagine if they had a great showing here tonight.
Belly to back suplex there to Kalisto and Graves. As we've seen unity, it appears, when the tag teams of both SmackDown and Raw, there are still a lot of choices that need to be made for the women's 5-on-5 tag team elimination match later on tonight.
I don't want to be this close to the big matchup with this level of uncertainty if you're Monday Night Raw.
Earlier on tonight, we learned Naomi is the captain for Team SmackDown. Low drop kick there from Primo. And adding Mandy Rose to complete the 5 for Team SmackDown on the women's side. I mean, great news. And meanwhile, Graves, there's still questions for Monday Night Raw. Ruby Riott and Natalya can't seem to cooperate together. They're not even going to compete for Team Raw tonight.
You don't want to have that much discord on your team.
Oh no. And a shot there, Primo, I think, sent into Epico incidentally. And Kalisto trying to battle his way free. And a tag made here, and I believe that was Scott Dawson.
Kalisto thinks he's still in the match.
And Kalisto again, he pushed it. He tweaked the knee earlier on. The left knee's in a bad way. And Primo on the attack.
Very wise decision by Primo.
Watch out, Primo! Shatter Machine!
Damn.
cover. Dash Wilder gets an elimination.
The Colognes have been
Oh.
eliminated.
No time to celebrate for the revival. Carl Anderson going right to work.
So the Colognes have been removed from the equation. It's now 10-on-8 Raw to SmackDown. The Colognes have to go back to the locker room.
On rocket kick, Anderson with a spine buster.
Carl Anderson unloads another spine buster. Hook to the leg, and this one broken up by Curtis Axel.
Really feel that sense of urgency from Anderson to try to even up the odds in this match.
Kalisto's still down on the outside. This doesn't bode well for the Lucha House Party or Team Raw.
Meanwhile, representative of the B team, Curtis Axel in.
Why does Grand Metalik get to get on the apron now? You can't just change members.
I mean, there's 3 members of the Lucha House Party. It's got to be Freebird rule, right?
No! That means you can only pick 2. It's like the New Day. You can't just change in the middle of a matchup.
I mean, the officials letting him stand there. Here's the cover. Curtis Axel couldn't put away Carl Anderson.
Well, I'm kind of with you. I guess that the officials letting it go. I guess you can't fight it, but
technically, Greg, the entirety of Lucha House Party is representing Team Raw here tonight.
Right, but not all of New Day. There's 3 guys on that team. There's 3 guys in Sanity. Why can't they just change?
Tag made. In comes Bo Dallas, fellow B team member of Curtis Axel.
I'd file a grievance if I were somebody.
Oh, DDT to Anderson. Hook to the leg. Bo Dallas can't put him away.
Maybe Alexander Wolf just wants to roll in and fight somebody.
If
he's still here.
Are you going to tell him not to?
If the referee allows him, it might just happen, Graves. Oh, a back elbow there. Oh, and Bo Dallas off of the big LG. Here's the cover. And Anderson eliminates B team.
The B team has been eliminated.
So Axel and Dallas head to the back. It's now 8-on-8. Chad Gable.
Oh, look at this one. Matchup right here.
Yeah, I like it.
Chad Gable to meet Big E. Graves, you know these two extraordinarily well, and
hold on.
Robbed of that opportunity. In comes Big Killian Dane.
I don't think that's going to work, Chad.
Graves, you talked about being an X Factor. Killian Dane is the X Factor of Sanity.
Incredibly powerful, over 300 pounds, and moves like a man half his size.
Oh, calls out the divide. Hook to the leg to put away Gable and company in a kick out.
There is your case in point, Corey.
Tag made. In comes Eric Young, the master manipulator, the head of Sanity.
Oh, beautiful tandem neck breaker covered by Young.
To eliminate Gable and Rude, and fellow captain Bobby Roode saving Gable.
Dane trying to make Rude pay for it.
Man, chill out.
Sends Rude out to the apron. Remember, Eric Young and Chad Gable.
I don't need to see all that,
Rude
man.
Sidesteps Killian Dane. Oh, and a back elbow. Tag made. In comes Rude, fellow captain of Team Raw.
Check this out.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, moonsault off the Rude Awakening. Cover. And that will eliminate Sanity.
Sanity has been eliminated.
Oh, and Big E was going for the big ending. Tag made by Connor of the Ascension.
And he's a little bit more comparable to the size of Big E.
Oh! So Sanity's been eliminated. It's now 8-on-6 in favor of Team Raw. And Graves, we got a battle of muscle versus muscle right now.
Absolute powerhouses in Big E, and right now Connor in control, but he's looking to change things.
You ready, Connor?
This is
No way, I couldn't tell by the percentage of you downloading it.
What? What is that?
Byron, I have no interest in what you do behind closed doors, all right? This is just humiliating.
Oh, now Connor, just tosses Big E. What strength of Connor.
Gotta take Connor seriously all the time.
Xavier Woods trying to ricochet himself in there and trying to go for the DDT, it looked like. Oh, a follow-away slam by Connor.
And Woods lands on the wrong part of town, too.
A tag made. In comes Victor of the Ascension. Graves, you've been in the ring with these two, and if they catch fire at that time, they can be very tough to stop. Hook to the leg, kick out by Woods.
Couldn't agree with you. I said it at the outset. These guys are on the precipice. I can't even
Precipice.
Easy for me to say. Precipice of doing great things in Raw's tag team division.
Which I'm distraction right now. Just handed some exclusive SmackDown Live fruit pancakes from the New Day.
Exclusive, Byron?
Yes.
They threw them to everyone in attendance here tonight at the Staples Center.
I'm pretending I'm willing to share if need be.
Sold out crowd still filing in here to the Staples Center in Los Angeles, getting ready for the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Streaming live on the WWE Network. A little over 30 minutes until we get things underway. Oh!
Big rolling elbow from Woods finds its mark. Here comes E. Got to go from bad to worse for Victor.
Oh, man.
No way.
Look for the legs, not the back.
Oh,
It's
boy.
in here. Oh, God. 300 pounds, and the Ascension's gone.
The Ascension have been eliminated.
I thought it was impressive when the Lucha House Party did it. None of them weigh 300 pounds. Woods may need a chiropractor now.
So now it is 6-on-6. Heads up. Grand Metalik, Graves, to answer your question, the referee does say he's legal, representing Lucha House Party.
I still don't agree with it. It all smells bad to me. Some Trapzilla there, Grand Metalik.
Lucha is about to meet Luke Gallows, excuse me, and Gallows doesn't like to play that way. Oh!
Big time kick by the Luchador.
Tag made, and Lindsay Dorado now legal, going to the top, cross body, caught out of the air.
Oh, it's going to be a bad landing.
It's going to get worse, Byron. Heads up. Trying to set up for the match.
Ocean, how old are you,
Lindsay
man?
Dorado countered.
Lindsay pull that one off.
Uh-oh. Gallows went for a chokeslam call with a stunner, it looked like.
Up to Rock Gallows.
And Lindsay Dorado, look out below here. Uh-oh.
Look at the power of Carl Anderson.
Anderson, sent into the ropes.
That was ugly.
Nasty exchange there, and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows have got to regroup.
Dorado's not done.
Look out below.
Double time.
Lucha House Party.
And Kalisto's still sitting on the floor cheering.
He tweaked his left knee earlier on in the match, and Grand Metalik has since come in to replace him. Now let's say Dorado up to the top here. Carl Anderson in trouble. And it's Grand Metalik.
Dude, stop spamming my chat, man. Seriously.
House Party and Team Raw. Now it's Metalik who goes up top.
Metalik, the king of the ropes.
Oh! Connects with the senton. Here's a cover. Anderson and Gallows are eliminated.
Gallows and Anderson have been eliminated.
We're down to the Usos and the New Day on the SmackDown side of things.
I've freaking known you for like 20 minutes. Like,
Gable and Rude and the Lucha House Party.
6-on-4 here, Raw versus SmackDown, and Metalik looking all too confident, staring into the eyes of Jimmy Uso.
The Usos doing what they could to rally Team SmackDown Live. Now let's see if the Usos can carry this thing to the end. I'm not sure if Metalik has teeth, but if he did, they're gone now.
Off the drop kick, in comes Lindsay Dorado, now tags in for Metalik, and he is tagging Jimmy Uso. I think is liking the contact.
I don't think you want to get into a chop battle with the Usos.
Jimmy Uso, wait a minute.
yeah, I know you've asked me to play like 5 times. You showed me how much like your download's going for the map. When I've already told you I'm just trying to chill out, play some single player, watch some wrestling. So you just asked me again. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. You can't just chill out, play like, just like hit up the chat.
Nasty landing, cover. Lucha House Party's done for.
Lucha House Party has been eliminated.
It is now 4-on-4 here between Raw and SmackDown's best tag teams.
Take a look at this crash landing. Lindsay launched in the air and landed right on the side of his neck and shoulder. Thanks for coming, Lucha House Party.
You take an elimination any way you can get it, guys.
Absolutely right. This is a great situation here. You're Scott Dawson. You've got to feel great. You've got
No question everything twice. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Xavier Woods, he's got Dawson all tied up. Wait a minute. Dash Wilder over the ropes. The officials dealing with Wilder. Oh, and a big uppercut. The momentary distraction by Dash Wilder falling into the ring.
Yep, you're the reason why Trump's president.
Less than 30 minutes now until the Survivor Series pay-per-view. One night of the year where Raw and SmackDown compete in head-to-head competition.
Very dangerous for Gable, especially Chad Gable now pinpointing a body part. And look who's there to continue the punishment.
Right drop right across the face. Xavier Woods caught up here by Scott Dawson.
Isolate a body part and destroy it.
Great up.
MO of the Revival.
How many hours of Survivor Series footage do you think Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder have poured over?
I'm certain that's all they've done for the past week.
Oh!
Historians of the sports entertainment industry definitely looking for tips and tricks anywhere they can find them.
Knock the Usos there off the apron. One less for two less for the tag. Woods trying to close out Dawson. There's a kick out. Well, Biggie is essentially alone by himself up on the apron, even though it is 4-on-4. Oh, and Xavier Woods takes out Rude and Gable.
Woods now even the score a little bit here.
Shot to Dash Wilder from the second row. Missile drop kick right on point.
On the mark, clear path available. They got to make the tag. How much did that drop kick take out of Woods? Big E Jones in to get in the ring. Here comes Dash Wilder. There goes Big E.
And Big E to meet Wilder. Overhead belly to belly.
There goes Dash Wilder.
Big E has come so close to just exploding here in this matchup. Here's his opportunity. Belly to belly.
Big E's got that look in his eyes. He is feeling the moment. Hips on fire. Big E on the move.
Oh, and Dawson trying to run interference, and he paid for it. Wilder, cover. Big E kicks out.
Dawson paid for it, but almost paid off big time.
Oh, and there goes Wilder to the outside. Gable made the tag.
Look out.
Wait a minute. I don't know if he saw the tag. Whoa. Big E set for a ride by Gable. Tag made. Rude is now in. Big E's in trouble here, guys.
No way can Gable pull this off.
Oh my God, going for the German into a neck breaker.
Unreal.
Great teamwork. Rude the cover. New Day is still in this.
Somehow Big E able to kick out.
Who will gain the 1-0 advantage here tonight as we begin Survivor Series here on the kickoff show? Team Raw trying to jump ahead of SmackDown.
Bobby's got to feel like he's closing in on a big W. Glorious DDT on the way.
Got a hold of Big E.
Maybe not.
Oh, what an elbow. I think I saw a tooth go flying.
Woods tags himself in. It is absolutely chaotic.
Oh! Into a backstabber. Xavier Woods legal. Cover on Rude. Gable jumped over the official to break up the cover.
Here comes, is that Jimmy Uso?
Yes, it is. Jimmy Uso sent out of the ring. Scott Dawson. Scott Dawson!
Victory at all costs.
Not lying. How often do we see that from Dawson? Woods. Oh! Woods through the ropes. Look at Dash Wilder. Good grief. This is not the MO of the Revival, but when it comes down to Survivor Series, you got to do it.
Now step outside your comfort zone.
Oh, Big E! Oh, my God!
Rude and Gable, the last two standing at the moment.
A ridiculous collision there between Big E and Wilder.
I shudder to think.
Oh, my God.
What Chad Gable might be thinking.
A little help. Gable wipes out the field.
I think this Demolition Derby is about to get glorious, fellas, as we take a look at the incredible impact.
Oh, my God. And the landing. Oh, super kick. Jey Uso was lying in wait, and he wipes out Rude.
Bobby Roode's path has been significantly altered. Jey Uso tapping into his inner glorious.
Glorious. Look out.
We saw Daddy Hall of Famer Rikishi backstage. Got to be watching on crowd right now. A little extra motivation.
Rikishi do anything like that. Oh. And Chad Gable trying to slow down Jey Uso. Scary situation here along the top turnbuckle.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Oh, no, Gable. Gable with the German. Oh, my God.
This is nuts.
Absolutely unreal. Take a look back first. Jey Uso skying here and takes out the bulk of the superstars. He took out most of his own team.
Yeah, Chad Gable, forget your fears. Do everything it takes, literally. Sacrificing himself and his opponent's well-being to flatten the field.
Gable is now legal. Woods is in trouble. There are bodies all over the ringside area.
Saw this earlier. Hold on.
Looking for a critical elimination. Gable tied up. Woods trying to take advantage and trying to go after Bobby Roode here. Woods, great counter, lands on his feet. Big E's made the tag. Looking for the honor roll. And down goes Roode. Gable still on the top rope. Oh, Gable got
Holy cow.
Gable got picked off. Up, down, down. Cover on the captain of Team Raw. And that will do it for Roode and Gable.
That is a big
Chad
one.
Gable and Bobby Roode have been eliminated.
It is all up to the Revival to represent the red team.
The Revival last team standing. Meanwhile, the Usos in the New Day still represent Team SmackDown. Scott Dawson. Oh, wait a minute.
Dawson with the cover.
Big E able to kick out.
Scott Dawson taking it high risk. Resulted in Dash Wilder getting launched, but
look at Scott Dawson go. Oh, still connects on the DDT.
Tag was made to Xavier.
Once his legal, fires himself in. Oh, went for the DDT, didn't get all of it.
Scott Dawson escaped just in time. Dead-weighted Woods prevented himself from being spiked. Tag is made.
Oh my God, great awareness from the Revival. Dash Wilder's now legal. Woods quick on the uptick. Now Woods out to the apron. Oh, big forearm smash to Dash Wilder.
Dash is rocked. Woods understands he could be one big move away from securing a victory for Team SmackDown Live.
The Usos are down, Big E's down, Xavier Woods. Can he close out the whole thing here by himself? Oh!
Shatter Machine!
You gotta be kidding me! Cover! It is tied 2-2.
The New Day have been eliminated.
The Usos and the Revival, all that remain.
Well, the New Day claimed that the Usos are the best tag team on God's green earth. I can see one other team that would like that title, and that's the Revival.
Who will capture the first victory for their brand with just over 20 minutes now until the Survivor Series pay-per-view goes live, streaming here on the WWE Network.
Here we go.
An extreme altercation going down between the Revival and the Usos.
Pressure of two brands squarely on the shoulders of the Revival and the Usos.
Big shot right to the jaw of Dash Wilder. Jimmy Uso trying to take control inside the ring. Jay went into the steel stairs courtesy of Scott Dawson.
Dash Wilder able to escape. Tag is made. Scott Dawson now legal. Heading to the top rope.
Jimmy in a bad way here. Scott Dawson from the top.
Bulldog from the top.
Scott Dawson, can he win this for Team Raw? Trying to shoot the half. Dead weight of Jimmy Uso. Cover, kick out by Jimmy.
Man.
How Jimmy got into Scott Dawson.
This match is pretty good.
Face first from the top of Dash Wilder's shoulders.
Dash Wilder saying, I got this, Jay Uso. Oh, blasted off of the apron.
Big time right from Dawson.
And Jimmy Uso back up. Oh, it's a going to the side of the face. The Revival were trying to prevent Jay Uso from even getting up on the apron to be an option for his brother. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso trying to do it by himself, opposite side.
Almost instinctively, Jimmy Uso making his way to the top rope.
Oh!
Took a little bit too long, and Dawson made him pay.
Big shot there from Scott Dawson and Jimmy Uso. Tumultuous situation here on the top. Dash Wilder trying to help out, makes the legal tag. What is going on?
From both corners.
Superplex, splash, cover. Could this do it? No. Get out by Jay.
Talk about delivering in the clutch. Jey Uso just saved this match, at least temporarily. At the absolute last possible moment. This is a battle for brand supremacy. What a way to kick things off tonight. Superplex, splash combination. Beautiful teamwork by the Revival, but not enough to keep down the Usos.
Two superstars remain for both Raw and SmackDown, the Revival and the Usos. Who will gain the pivotal first victory of the night here at Survivor Series?
Jimmy Uso launched into the rope. Super kick from Jay.
Was thinking about Shatter Machine, and instead here's a cover from Dawson. Oh, kick out by Jimmy.
Oh, man.
Super kick to Dawson. Tag. Double super kick. Oh, my God.
Super kicking everything that moves. in the name of the blue team. Tag is made. Jimmy Uso up to the top rope.
And the Usos secure it right here. Dawson, oh! The homage to Roman Reigns off the splash. And that'll get the first victory
Wow.
for Team SmackDown.
Here are your winners and sole survivors, the Usos.
The team captains endured what a battle from both brands. But the essential first victory goes to the blue team, courtesy of Jimmy and Jey Uso. Talk about answering the call to pressure to represent your brand. The Usos have done just that.
SmackDown sets the tone for things tonight here in Los Angeles, and the tone. Oh,
I'm gonna run out to the kitchen quick, guys.
Dueling super kicks. Jimmy and Jey kicking everything that moved. Check out the homage to Roman Reigns. Locked and loaded like a Superman punch, but it's not. It's a flying Uso.
Oh. And the captains of Team SmackDown, the sole survivors, are Jimmy and Jey Uso.
The rallying cry was unity for Team SmackDown Live, and unity has set the tone for Team Blue.
A 1-0 lead for SmackDown against Raw here on the Survivor Series kickoff at the Staples Center.
Alexa, after a fight broke out earlier between Natalya and Ruby Riott, you kicked both of them off of Team Raw. Now, as captain, are you able to find suitable replacements given such short notice?
Well, Charlie, as a captain, you have to be willing to think on your feet. And the reality is we have 2 vacancies on Team Raw in less than 30 minutes before the start of the match. So, I need 2 individuals who are able to work together and function as a unit, which is why I choose the 2 of you to join Team Raw. What do you say?
I say we don't owe you anything. You see, don't get it twisted. We still have a really big problem with all of you after what you did to us on Monday Night Raw. But after we win for Team Raw tonight, we are coming after every single one of you.
But SmackDown did cross the line when they invaded Raw, so this is not for any one of you guys, but it's to prove that Raw is the more dominant brand. So we're in.
Okay. Fine. All right, yay. Team Raw.
All right.
Team Raw.
Hey,
Go
show
team.
We can do
Go
this.
team.
Team Raw.
Humiliate
We got
SmackDown.
this.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I got you here. Thanks.
WWE Survivor Series, the one night of the year when Raw and SmackDown Live go head-to-head. Featuring matches never seen before.
This is monumental.
Champion versus champion.
The biggest versus the best. You can't get any better than this.
Team versus team. Raw and SmackDown Live collide at Survivor Series.
The countdown continues. We are less than 15 minutes from the start of Survivor Series, streaming live tonight on the WWE Network. And don't forget, Survivor Series is free for new subscribers. Also, WWE TLC. The card is stacked top to bottom. David, let's start with Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan.
Brock Lesnar was originally going to go head-to-head with AJ Styles, but after a determined Daniel Bryan defeated him on SmackDown Live, the Beast Incarnate will now face off against the newly crowned WWE Champion, Daniel Bryan.
Raw Tag Team Champions on Tag Team Championship on the line. AOP with Drake Maverick taking on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And I tell you, this one right here, the bar had to step up, and they got the biggest man in the world in their corner, the Big Show.
And in what has been called a dream match since Ronda Rousey arrived in WWE tonight, we get to see two of the very best women to ever step foot in the ring meet for the very first time. Ronda Rousey will compete against Charlotte Flair to prove who is WWE's most feared female.
Intercontinental Championship versus the United States Championship. Seth Rollins takes on the honest Shinsuke Nakamura.
So I can sleep when I get home tomorrow?
And in the men's 5-on-5 traditional
tomorrow?
Survivor Series elimination match, you have Team Raw, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Lashley going up against Team SmackDown, The Miz, Shane McMahon, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe. Which brand will reign supreme?
And finally, guys, the participants have all been named on both sides. Sasha and Bayley have joined Team Raw as they take on Team SmackDown in the women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match. Can these teams pull it together to get on the same page? The pressure is on.
Once again, Survivor Series is streaming live tonight on the WWE Network. If you haven't subscribed yet, simply go over to WWENetwork.com. You will get Survivor Series for free
How
if
much,
you are...
How much was that?
For free. The F word that you like.
$3.99.
I like that.
That's exactly right. Also, if you're a new subscriber, you get next month's pay-per-view, WWE TLC, for free as well. We have just a few minutes left here on the Survivor Series kickoff show. Beth, I want to start with you. We found out just a couple of minutes ago that Alexa Bliss has given those two vacant spots to Sasha and to Bayley. What do you make of that?
Guys, I gotta tell you, even I have butterflies right now about like how last minute all of these changes are. I can't imagine what all those competitors are feeling, but imagine how great Sasha and Bayley feel now to have an opportunity to compete at Survivor Series. I'm so excited for them, and I just hope that they can all get on the same page.
That's the thing, David. When we look at all of the changes, we also have changes when you talk about Brock Lesnar taking on Daniel Bryan. What's going on in the mind of Daniel Bryan backstage right now?
Well, I mean, this is a major opportunity for Daniel Bryan. This is something Daniel Bryan has dreamed about. Not to mention becoming WWE Champion, regaining that. But now he gets his match against Brock Lesnar. Again, it's like we said earlier. Daniel Bryan, like King said, may have to reach back in and pull out that evil, but he's capable of doing anything. And I think he wants to cement his legacy and do something that's never been done before tonight.
Booker, let me ask you this. Is there a chance that Brock Lesnar, and we always don't know what's going on through his head because Paul Heyman normally does his talking, that Brock Lesnar could potentially be overlooking Daniel Bryan here tonight?
Very, very easily. I mean, Brock Lesnar sees this as a huge stake right here on the plate. And it is medium rare as well. And I'm going to tell you right now, Brock Lesnar, he loves medium rare. But I'm going to tell you, Daniel Bryan, he's the guy that started at the bottom. He's the guy that worked out there on that independent scene for many, many years. He's the little man that no one thought that would make it to this point right here. So Daniel Bryan has everything to win and nothing to lose in a situation like this.
With what we saw, Beth, this past week on SmackDown Live, and the manner in which Daniel Bryan was able to defeat AJ Styles, do you think that switch that we saw flip will help Daniel Bryan here tonight against Brock Lesnar?
I think that switch is the only thing that's going to help Daniel Bryan up against the beast, Brock Lesnar. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, guys. Like, Brock has just decimated everybody he's been in the ring with, and Daniel Bryan's going to have to bring something special to the table if he's going to have a chance.
Go ahead, David.
Real quick, just to add on to that, let's not forget what drove Daniel Bryan to do this. This is emotion. That's a great thing. People call it heart. It'll make you dig deep. However, you get to a point where emotion could be a bad thing. If you go too far, go over the line, it'll make you act rashly, make poor decisions, and could be a detriment to Daniel Bryan.
Let me tell you something. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's a true statement. And Daniel Bryan, I mean, he did what he had to do to become champion. And I'm going to tell you right now, being a 6-time world champion myself, I would do anything, anything that is necessary to walk away with that championship. And trust me, Daniel Bryan is going to reach down deep tonight and do everything possible to beat the unbeatable, and that's Brock Lesnar.
Now, Booker, I know you never cheated, though. You never cheated to win.
What?
Never.
You better ask Charmel. The low blow every time. Scissor kick, 1, 2, 3. Let's take it home.
Let's remember that tonight, for one night only, is supposed to be about Raw against SmackDown. And we know for a fact that Brock Lesnar has never been about anything but himself. Now, recently, Braun Strowman sat in the middle of the ring, and he wanted something to change.
I'm done
chasing active general manager Baron Corbin around. I'm not leaving this ring until Corbin gets these hands.
Listen, Braun, I appreciate all of this aggression and this rage, but I need you to channel it for the bigger picture, for what's really important, and that is this Sunday at Survivor Series. Now, Team Raw has defeated Team SmackDown the past 2 years in a row, and when you lead our team to victory again this Sunday night, you can have whatever you want.
I want another Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar.
Done.
But before that, I want Baron Corbin.
Am I able to dig a hole? No.
I want to pick the stipulations.
Done. On one condition, you don't lay a hand on Baron Corbin until after Survivor Series. You need to prove that you're a team player. You need to prove that you are a proud member of the Raw roster, and then you can have whatever you want.
So that is the question we have right now. Booker T, I'm going to ask you, do you think that Braun can prove to Stephanie McMahon, to the WWE Universe, that he is a team player?
Yeah, I mean, Braun Strowman, he knows the end game. Like I say, he's a very intelligent monster. And Braun Strowman is going to go out there and do work because he knows at the end of the rainbow, there's a pot of gold. And with Braun Strowman, they're going to be making the t-shirt after the night, guys. No bread, no water, just meat. That's what's going to happen tonight.
Beth, let me ask you this.
A lot of steak talk.
You like that, too.
Stephanie made it very clear that Braun Strowman is not to lay a hand on Baron Corbin until after Survivor Series is over. Do you think Braun can do that?
Coach, I mean, Stephanie does a great job of dangling a carrot for Braun Strowman. I mean, she understands, maybe she's understanding how to manipulate the very intelligent mind of that monster. I mean, he wants to get his hands on Baron Corbin in the most devastating, diabolical way. And if he can adhere to Stephanie's rules, he's going to get to do just that.
That proves how brilliant.
I'm not ignoring you. I said, no, you can't dig a hole.
Question. Is Braun going to be able to be a team player? Well, the best way to ensure that he does is to incentivize him to be a team player by giving him what
I don't know what you could dig a hole with.
That meat. That meat platter. But that's what she did. That's why that was brilliant. I have no doubt Braun Strowman is going to be a team player tonight because he's going to get what he wants as soon as tonight's over.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second, because we've seen on numerous occasions Braun Strowman let his anger, his emotion, get the best of him. I mean, we have incident after incident after incident. So don't you believe with these stipulations that somewhere in the back of Baron Corbin's mind, he's thinking, how can I make Braun Strowman lose it and not get these stipulations that Stephanie McMahon gave him?
Baron Corbin's going to go out there and do whatever he has to do to antagonize that big.
That's right.
Make that big man lose his cool. And the thing is, it don't take but 1 second to do something like that, especially with someone like Braun. We saw Braun Strowman tear down structure. We saw this man, turn over vehicles. This man could be very, very dangerous. So tonight, Baron Corbin better walk that fine line, whether he want to really, really poke the beast that much. The monster, excuse me.
That's a good point, though. I mean, at the same time, Braun Strowman isn't the kind of man you want to play with. You know what I mean? Baron Corbin, if he gets him across the line tonight, he's still going to catch a butt whooping tonight. It's either it's going to be tonight or it's going to be some other night. So, I mean,
okay, so let's hit on that for a second. Let's say he does lay his hands on Baron Corbin. That big carrot that Stephanie McMahon put out there for Baron Corbin, he loses that too. And that's a shot at Brock Lesnar at a later date for the Universal Championship. He can't lose sight of that.
Yeah.
There's so much more on the line for Braun Strowman to listen to Stephanie and to stick to this stipulation. I think it would be very foolish for him to let his emotions get out of line. But again, I could see Baron Corbin pulling one of those, I'm not touching you, irritating him, getting under his skin and trying to like really provoke that T-Rex that's inside.
I can tell you this, if Baron does do that, Braun Strowman will lose his cool, and I can see it happening in the middle of this ring. Braun Strowman tearing Baron Corbin limb from limb. I'm talking about piece by piece, and for me, that would be fine because I really truly feel that Braun Strowman is going to carve his own way to the World Championship here in the WWE, the Universal Championship, the WWE Championship. At the end of the day, Braun Strowman will be champion here in the WWE.
All right, let's look at the big picture now as we are down to about 2.5 minutes before we hand it over to the Survivor Series announced teams for what should be a tremendous night. We have seen over the years many careers change or get started because of this particular night. Booker T, I want to start with you. When you look at what tonight could lay out, what do you think at the end of the night we will be saying?
You know, that is for Team SmackDown. That's what we're going to be saying at the end of the day. Because I really feel like Team SmackDown, even though, you know, there's a lot of multiple pieces in this thing, I think Team SmackDown at the end of the day have the overall most well-rounded team as far as in every aspect. That's just my
I completely disagree, actually. I think we're going to be saying Team Raw. I mean, I got to go with Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry, D. Bryan, I know he's your guy. Got to go Brock Lesnar. And I'm going Ronda Rousey, too.
Really?
Yes, I am. I think we're going to be saying, whoa, Team Raw.
All right, Beth, let me ask you then, with Ronda Rousey now facing Charlotte Flair, all the talking is now just about over. Another big spotlight is on Ronda Rousey tonight, but an equally big spotlight is on her opponent. How do you think Ronda Rousey will handle that?
See, the key is, Coach, what you just said. All the talking is done. And I think Charlotte Flair does her best talking in the ring. And that's why tonight I think we are going to be blown out of the water by the performance of these two ladies and what they bring to the table. But I also think that tonight is the night that Charlotte Flair cements her legacy. And we're going to see history made.
All right, let's remember that tonight is the only night of the year where it's not a dual-branded pay-per-view per se. It's Raw versus SmackDown Live head-to-head. And I got to tell you that all of the teams, both teams for the women's side, are now full. And there you see Team Raw and Alexa Bliss doing her best rah-rah speech, getting her team ready.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Getting everybody hyped.
That's right. Sasha and Bayley now part of that team. And then on the other side, SmackDown Live is all set. Mandy Rose, the newest member, replacing Charlotte Flair. And also, Naomi is replacing Charlotte Flair as the team captain. Here's the thing. This match will kick off the pay-per-view. Survivor Series is live, and it's next.
WWE Survivor Series, the one night of the year when Raw and SmackDown Live go head-to-head. Featuring matches never seen before.
This is monumental.
Champion versus champion.
The biggest versus the best. You can't get any better than this.
Team versus team. Raw and SmackDown Live collide at Survivor Series.
Dude, Ocean, I'm like set for tonight, man. I'm probably gonna get off in the next hour. Like, I'm just watching some wrestling. Tomorrow I'll probably be down to do some multiplayer, dude. You asked me like 20 times, man. Took a chair to her back. Wow, they booed the fuck out of her. Sorry for turning that up. I didn't mean to. I'm call it there tonight, guys. I gotta be to work at 5 in the morning. You all have a good Sunday night. I'll see you back here maybe tomorrow. Peace.